Hey, we back, man. Another live stream. Shout out to UGC. That's the underground community for short. Shout out to my UGC Click brothers. Shout out to True Media. That's everybody that keeps it 100, staying true to who they are, and doing their part in this media, man. Oh yeah, I need to start like a PBC Chronicles or something, man. First and foremost, I'm your host, the Black Horseman. You know, bringing you this heat on the regular. One of the most thorough niggas on YouTube. Tell it like it is. Don't matter if 1,000 niggas disagree. I'ma still be me. You dig? We're gonna talk about CEO SMELLerbe, Leonard SMELLerbe, and how he supports the ducking. PBC ducks. Oh, there's a lot of them. Some niggas don't like me talking about the shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna talk that real shit. It's getting worse and worse on the PBC side when it comes to the motherfucking ducks. Okay? You know, shout out to Bruce fucking Vane. I'm shocked they allowed a nigga to put his name like that on YouTube, but hey, it is what it is. I guess as long as it's not in the title of your video. But shout out to Bruce Vane, man. He's the first one I seen drop a video on this guy, Leonard SMELLerbe, aka Gorilla Nostrils, CEO of Mayweather Promotions. Shout out to my bro Angel Santos for coming up with the catchphrase Pretend Boss Club, PBC, Pretend Boss Club. Because we know these guys like to pretend they such bosses, right? Like they really run shit. Then when some real smoke creep up on their ass, they like holla at Finkel, holla at Mayweather, holla at Al, holler at this guy. But they their own bosses though. So shout out to Angel on the Pretend Boss Club. Had to put that in the hashtag. PBC. You know, it's really getting difficult for guys to keep defending this shit. The facts, the evidence is there. These niggas want no smoke. Okay? And you know what? Truth is the new hate. That's what I've learned. 2019, truth is the new hate. When you tell the truth, they hate you for it. You out here being fake, lying your ass off. Oh, you get a pass for it. Matter of fact, you get 1,000 niggas to support a lying ass nigga. But motherfucker who gonna keep it 100, tell that real truth, bring that flame every time. Oh, okay, they get hated the most. They get hated the most. Never thought it would be this way, but it is what it fucking is. Okay? Truth is fire. And truth is the new hate. So keep hating, because we're going to keep telling the truth over here. So big salute to the UGC. You know what I mean? Once again, on the Black Horseman, also known as Black Horseman Promotions. You did. Shout out to John LeJune in the chat. Penelope Burnham says, just stopping by UGC. Have a wonderful and blessed Friday. I'm going to give you a wrench anyway. Shout out to Penelope, subscriber on my Black Horse Promotions panel. And it gets turned up over here, Penelope. You know what I mean? Talk about this content on boxing, but I'm going to get right to it. So CEO Leonard SMELLerbe is supporting the PBC Ducks. And I'm not shocked. You know what I mean? I'm not shocked. So I'm going to play a little bit of audio from Bruce Vane's YouTube channel. Shout out to him.
in the welterweight division, and I mean a lot of exciting fights to be made. I know one big fight people want to see. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it as well. Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. But you were kind of vocal about it. I think I saw an interview about you kind of talking about Bob Arum and why that fight hasn't been made.
Well, I don't want to go back into that part of it, but
oh, okay, but it wouldn't be like an Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford?
Yeah.
No, that fight's not happening right now.
Okay, like what is that big roadblock? Because I feel that's what the fans really want to see.
No, what fans?
Boxing fans.
No.
But
oh man. You know the scene on How High? Mike Epps playing the pimp, and he had the little baby powder that he put in his hand, and somebody say something stupid, or he just like, come on with it. Come on with it. I mean, like, you need Mike Epps so bad in that particular scene right there. In that particular interview, come on with it. Just load my hand up with the baby powder. I'm about to smack the hell out of this dude. Just smacking. What, fans? Like, bro, come on, man. This is the type of stuff I be talking about. The fake shit. This is the fake shit I be talking about with this PBC side. Okay. CEO of Mayweather Promotions. And I just had to pause it because everybody who follows the sport of boxing knows that Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence is either #1 or #2 biggest fight in boxing right now for this era. It's not debatable. So when you want to play dumb when you got this lady interviewing you saying that, okay, so Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence is not going to happen. You know, who wants to see that? The fans. Boxing fans. What you mean, what fans? This ain't tennis. This ain't basketball. This ain't football. This is the hurt business. This is boxing. And y'all got, PBC got representatives like this. And this is what y'all be out here defending. Common sense stuff. Like, these dudes ain't got no leg to stand on at this point to where they sounding stupid in interviews now. The duck, I mean, it's out the bag. PBC don't want no smoke. None. They want to fight amongst each other, starve each other out, starve other fighters out. You know, they be ducking other top competition. Right? I see on the other sides of the street, these guys trying to work, they calling these guys out on the PBC side. They want to fight. At least it appears so. But PBC don't want to call a bluff. And then you talk to guys like Leonard Ellaby, and this is what you got to say.
Who would you like to see Errol Spence fight next then?
I would like to see Errol Spence fight who he wants to fight in his very next fight, and it's going to be a massive fight.
Oh, my gosh. Who would you want to see Errol Spence fight next, Leonard Ellaby? I want him to fight who he wants to fight, and it's just going to be massive. Whoever he fights is not going to be more massive than fighting Terrence Crawford. Guarantee you that. Okay? I guarantee you that. This guy right here. Protected boxing champions. Pretend Boss Club. Shout out to Angel Santos. No smoke community. The NSC, they're the no smoke community. No smoke champions. And these guys is like, they think this is funny. Like, this is nothing to them. You know why? They hiding behind the money. They care nothing about the boxing fans. The fights that we want to see. They want to keep milking us for these pay-per-views. That's what they want to do. They want to keep milking us for these pay-per-views to see them fight nobodies. Shout out to Bruce Vane in this video. He said, you know what? And I feel him. See, that's why I can only fuck with the real ones that's talking this real talk when it comes to this boxing. Real talk. 2019 has been a very revealing year. Niggas I thought that was really real about this shit, they not. They not. Okay? They got agendas. They trying to protect guys. And when it come down to it, you realize it. Like, okay, yeah, you one of them too. Scratch that person off the list. Off the 100 list. Because not everybody cares about the best fighting the best. They really don't. I would not mind watching a PBC pay-per-view event if Bruce Wayne said, I want to see a fight to where I don't really know who's gonna win it. Where it could go either way. That's what I'm talking about. That's a real boxing fan. Not somebody just, oh, he can fight whoever he want to fight. I don't care who he fight. I can see if the dude was already, you know what I'm saying, clean out his division. Okay. And this ain't a shot at Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather did it the right way. Now, towards the end of his career, he started doing all of this silly stuff, exhibition matches, cherry picking, and whatever. But at that point, he had already proven himself. He was qualified to start doing the little circus stuff that he started doing. These guys ain't put in half the work of Floyd Mayweather. But why is Floyd not putting the same pressure on these PBC fighters as what was put on him or as he put on himself? He was willing to face any and everybody on the come up. It wasn't about just getting one belt and thinking that, okay, now I need to demand A-side crap. This is foolishness, straight up foolishness. And because they got these strategic channels and strategic groups, right, that's put in position to protect their ass, these casuals just go for it. That's why you need a nigga like me who gonna call it like it is, keep it 100, no strings attached, and gonna tell you what this shit really is. PBC don't want no smoke. They don't want no smoke. Okay? Shit, I ain't got no racial agenda, no geographical agenda, none of that crap. I can talk real boxing talk. I don't care if you from the UK, if you from Australia, Antarctica, North Pole, South Pole, East, West, don't matter. As long as you talking about that real, I can fucks with you. Somebody can be as black as me, but as fake as a motherfucker. Straight up fake. Making excuses. Will go hard on somebody else who might be ducking on another side of the street. But give their own side of the street a pass. The fighters they like, they'll give it a straight up pass. Because they got agendas. Everybody get that equal flame from me. Even niggas I like. People might have thought it would have been hard because niggas that really know me, been following me with this boxing stuff, they know I fucked with Ortiz. I had no problem giving them that flame because I'm consistent with the flame. You niggas want to use the flame selectively. Y'all biased with y'all's flame. Everybody can get the flame over here because when it's all said and done, I'm rooted in, I want to see the best fight the best. I want to see these guys take risk. I want to see these guys get on a legacy team. But I keep trying to tell people, PBC is the money team. All of them. Name one. Money team. Truth is the new hate. Truth is the new hate. Niggas is hiding behind money, but push the money to the side, and all I damn see is a duck. Like I said yesterday, I'd rather go to a damn pond and feed a duck some bread. But it don't matter how much bread you want to give these ducks, they won't eat it. They don't want your bread. These niggas are scared that they're going to lose. And if they're going to take a risk, they only want to take the risk on their side of the street. It's duck season. It's duck season. It's ridiculous. Like, These dudes shouldn't even do interviews. All they do is just give me more ammunition to confirm what I already been saying. When niggas talking about, oh, black hating again, black hating again. You know what? That's just code for that nigga over there telling the truth again about these PBC niggas. Protected boxing community over there. Pretend Boss Club over there. Shout out to Angel Santos for that. It's ridiculous. And I'm supposed to just keep supporting that. When I see an interview like this, I'm like, damn, maybe I need to take Bob Arum up on that offer. You know, maybe I need to take Bruce Vane up on that offer. Like, maybe I shouldn't even be supporting this PBC crap, because the more we support it, the more we're going to get a lot more of ducking. Because they like, shit, all we got to do is keep ducking. They're going to keep paying us anyway. They're going to keep buying pay-per-views anyway. I bought 2 pay-per-views this year. AB versus Pacquiao, Spence versus Mikey Garcia. And it was trash truck juice. Trash juice. I did not get my money's worth. Whereas, no strings attached, I watched the Bud versus Khan. Whole card was better than both of them shits combined. Okay? I'm just keeping it a stat. If I really felt like those pay-per-view cards was great, I would have told you. I would have said I was impressed. But I was not. Okay? As a matter of fact, a week before the Spence Garcia, if it was that one or the AB Pacquiao, when Tevin Farmer fought as a main event, and I seen Selecki and Rosado and Katie Taylor and them fights on the undercards, that was more entertaining than both of them shits. It was for $10. That $20 that they raising it up to, with them making the moves that they making, they putting on unifications. They just signed Devin Haney to a multi-million promotional deal. Starting to look like it's better off me doing that, supporting that. Okay? Because at least they showing they want smoke. I don't see no bias going on with the zone. Seems like it's equal opportunity. If you're marketable, if you can fight. I mean, come on. And even know about being marketable, because Tevin Farmer ain't the most marketable guy now. Let's be honest. Tevin Farmer? Come on. Riri, Ryan Garcia? Yeah. Canelo? Yes. Danny Jacobs? Not so much, but still got the opportunity. He put in the work. We got to literally beg these niggas on the PBC side to take a competitive match, high risk level match, no matter what side of the street it is. They don't want that bread though. They don't care about legacy. Okay, so stop it. Stop talking about this legacy shit when it comes to PBC side. They don't care about it. Ducks. PBC ducks. And will stay on their neck until these niggas get out of the damn pond. Get out of the damn pond, jump in the ring with a real one. Somebody who can test you. Push you to the max. To where it's like it could be 50-50. Fight a top dog in your weight class. Your own weight class. Don't do no dumb shit like Mikey did. Jump up 2 weight classes to duck smoke from across the street. Now you vacating your belt. I'm about to fight an exhibition. It's a circus over there. It's a circus. You know what I'm saying? Truth is the new hate. Been patient as long as I want to be. But how patient do we have to be to just allow this shit to just prolong? Whereas we not getting what we paying for, man. It's like buying a bag of chips, a whole bag of chips, pay $2, $1.99 for a bag of chips, the corner store, and that shit like half full. Like, nigga, what the fuck? What is this? Put your email in the chat, bro. What's up, Ahmed? Put your email in the chat. You know, I want to hear a different perspective. You know, Ahmed ain't even been on here yet, man. So shoot, put your email there and jump on. Holla at your boy. You know, just keep it at a respectful level, and it's all good. We can disagree. All right, I got you. Let me get him on. Anybody else? Any other new faces want to get on and talk this talk? I want to know what y'all feel about this. Okay. Because I'm real passionate about the sport of boxing. I don't have no obligations to no DAZN, no PBC, no Golden Boy, no Top Rank, and no nothing else that's out there. But I do pay attention to fighters who care about legacy and who care about the fans. PBC has proven to me over and over they don't give a shit about fans. What's up, bro?
Yes, bro. How's it going? First time. Appreciate the link, man. How you been?
Good, man. What's going on with you, man? Let everybody know where you're from, and let's talk this talk, man.
Yeah, I'm from the UK. I've talked to you a couple of times on, I think, your old channel. But I feel what you're saying, man. I'm kind of sick of all these fights and all these, like, like unifications not happening. And I think you could blame the PBC for the majority of this, because the three, like, biggest fights you wanted to see were Joshua, Wilder, and it looks like it's the PBC side of the street that are holding out the guys. Like, I think Ortiz just turned down the fight with Joshua, and Wilder, they were saying turned down, what was it, the 100 million something offer. And then the other big fight was Spence and Crawford, and it looks like they're in no rush to make that fight, and they want to make Spence fight guys on his side of the street. But this is going to take 2 or 3 years, so I understand. Like, I'm kind of sick of this as well. Like, I'm looking forward to the fights this weekend with Rungvisai, Estrada, and then next week Canelo Jacobs, because this year has been bad for boxing, man. Up until, I'd say, like, these 1 or 2 weeks, like now with Canelo Jacobs and was Estrada, Rungvisai, and maybe just seeing Crawford back in the ring, because I think he's like the most probably accomplished and one of the best technical fighters right now. Just seeing him, even though that shouldn't have been on pay-per-view, but just seeing Crawford back and now Canelo and Jacobs and Estrada and Rungvisai, it's good that we're going to get some good fights, because 2019 has been a bad year, man. And I see a lot of people are losing interest in boxing, and I don't think PBC are helping with putting on so many fights and making them pay-per-view as well, and they're not really deserved. Like, I agree with the Crawford fight not being pay-per-view, but that was like ESPN's first ever pay-per-view, and they've been doing boxing for like almost, I think, 2 years or 1.5 years on ESPN. PBC were always above making free fights, and they put on Pacquiao, Broner. I agree with you, man. That was not a good fight. Like, I don't think that should have even been on pay-per-view. Like, Broner never shows up, and Pacquiao at this stage of his career, unless he's fighting Spence or maybe Crawford or someone like Thurman, maybe, I don't even know if the Thurman fight would be worth pay-per-view. But unless he's fighting those guys, I wouldn't say he should be on pay-per-view. And Mikey Spence was a mismatch, man. I wanted to see Mikey and Lomachenko, and that's another fight the PBC have messed up. So I don't know. What do you reckon? Do you think it's just the PBC, or do you think they deserve more of the blame?
Well, the thing about it is the PBC, we can say, is probably the most popular platform, more popular stable. You know, I think Al Heyman has done a tremendous job with getting deals with, Fox, CBS, Showtime, and people brag about how he has the most fighters, and let's just keep it 100. They got a lot of talent, but like I've said in a previous nickname, protected boxing champions. I feel like they've been protected from fighting top competition, and unfortunately for them, some of the best guys that can test them is on the other side of the street. So at some point, as a boxing fan, we're like, Hey, man, we would really love to see Errol Spence face Bud Crawford. Hey, man, we would really love to see Deontay Wilder face Anthony Joshua. Hey, man, we would really love to see Mikey Garcia fight Lomachenko. Hey, man, we would really love to see Tank fight Lomachenko, or, you know what I mean, or Tevin Farmer. And every time it comes down to making a big fight that's possibly on the other side of the street, PBC seems like they're not even willing to negotiate. They're not interested.
Exactly.
You know, they want to keep it in-house. And my theory on it, man, and you can, you know, give your comment on it. My theory on it is that they're willing to take risk only if it's going to be on their side of the street. I feel like they want to keep the L in the family, in the PBC family. They don't want to risk that L against Eddie Hearn Matchroom fighter, or Golden Boy fighter, or Top Rank fighter, you know, one of their top guys. They'd rather fight a top guy on their side. Like, example, Mikey, he had Lomachenko right there in the 135-pound division. He could have cleaned out 135 instead of going up and facing Errol. And Errol's on his side of the street. So he's like, well, I'd rather take a risk, go up 2 weight classes and risk my L against him rather than risk my L against Lomachenko. Now he vacated his belt, so we know we're not going to see that fight. Lomo's not going to fight him without, you know what I mean, with him having a belt. And then Mikey didn't have no interest in fighting him. You know, if he did, I felt like he would have fought Lomachenko before he even went up. You know what I mean? When you take a test like that, that's something you do after you clean out your division. Bud did it the right way. He cleaned out 140, then he went up to higher smoke. Okay? And he's looking for all of that smoke. Whereas PBC side is looking for an exit route. They're looking for the exit. You feel me? And these niggas thinking about M's now. So I've seen a lot of shit change up. You know, a lot of these media platforms seem like they are on the payroll, PBC payroll. Hey, I'm not on nobody's payroll. I'm on my own payroll. You feel me? And I'm gonna call it like it is. And I might get backlash and hate and all that shit, but one thing you cannot say is that I'm making some shit up, because I'm speaking that real shit. These niggas is drinking smoke.
Nah, bro, you keep it real, man. That's why I listen to you. Like, I got you on thing, what's it called, notification when you go live. You make good points. I agree with everything you said. Like, the thing is, those fights, like Mikey and Lomachenko, I think Mikey would have had a chance. Like, I would have probably given him 50-50 odds with Lomachenko. Might have even been favorite just based on size. And Spence with Crawford as well. I think the longer that waits, I think I'd probably favor Crawford. But if Spence took that fight now, or, you know, sooner rather than later, Spence would probably, you know, have just as much chance as winning that fight as Mikey has with Lomachenko. But the bad thing is, these guys don't want it, and then you got channels that are supporting them, and a lot of these guys, I don't know if they're working for the PBC, or some of the guys like are making money from the PBC fighters, or like they're getting sponsored by them, because a lot of them, to me, it just looks like they, you know, they cater to that crowd. They're always supporting the PBC fighters, and they don't call them out on ducking, and they're very biased as well, and it's not good. Like, what I'm trying to say is not good, because when you got guys that are supporting these fights not being made, the best fight not in the best not fighting the best, and when that happens, then more often than it is the case, then a lot of these fights will not happen, and that's the bad thing. You got like 3 heavyweights, the main 3 heavyweights, who are on 3 different networks, and I think there should be more of an urge for guys from the PBC to step up. Like, I think Ortiz should be, you know, pushed to take the fight with Joshua, even though it's, I think, 6 or 7 weeks. But he came out a couple of weeks saying that he doesn't care if he's offered like $5, he'll take the fight. And now he's saying he's getting lowballed. So, like, things like that are not good for boxing. And this is why I think people start watching UFC and losing interest, because I watched UFC a couple of months ago, and I started, like, now I'm keeping up to do with UFC, because when I watch their cards, they're stacked. None of the guys are ducking each other. They got to fight the best, and that's the bad thing with boxing, man. A lot of the fans are stupid as well. Like, they get brainwashed and sucked into it. It's like you call it down the middle, and that's what it should be, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and unfortunately, man, I mean, it's a small percentage of people that's actually calling it down the middle and not getting sucked into, you know, being biased to just one side, so on and so forth, man. So it's just a shame, man. It's really a shame. Because at the end of the day, man, it's like when I say certain things, when I'm putting, pressure on these guys to fight the best fights, this is not biased. Like these guys, like say Spence and Bud. Spence could possibly beat Bud. Bud could possibly beat Spence. But that's why I want to see that fight, because we don't know what's going to happen. Those are the type of fights that make mega fights, where there's so much risk involved.
You want to watch a fight which you'll pay for or you'll watch, and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't want to watch mismatches and guys coming up from lightweight, and I don't know. Mikey was a mismatch as well. I don't know why so many people gave him a chance, because I thought Spence was way too big for him, and that was not good, man. That fight being on pay-per-view, how it turned out as well, and that was like arguably so far the biggest fight of the year, up until I think Canelo and Jacobs are fighting. I'm glad Canelo and Jacobs are fighting, because that's the only fight I could think of that's like the best two guys in the weight class are fighting each other, and it's for like, what is it, 3 belts out the 4, like the big unification fight, because the rest of these guys are not fighting each other. The only other guy I think who's willing to who might be able to get one of those fights at the moment, it looks like, is Jared Hurd. I think the other guys were trying to get
Jared Hurd.
Yeah, I think he'll probably get the fight with the winner out Charlo and Williams. But outside those 2 fights, I can't see many of these unifications happening. Like the thing with Gary Russell as well, him being so inactive. He should be fighting Leo Santa Cruz. You want to see unification fights, man. We want to see fights that are big fights. Otherwise, boxing is just going down the gutter, man. People are losing interest. And I thought 2017 was a great year. 2018 was not a bad year. 2019 is going to be a bad year, man. These guys just duck. All these guys are ducking. None of these fights are being made. And the only other thing I think is maybe a good thing for the sport is maybe the tournaments, like the super bantamweight, WBSS, and what are the weight classes? Is it the cruiserweight, or I can't remember? Is it the
it's the junior welterweight.
Yeah, junior, the one with the one with Prograis and
I
Josh
believe,
Taylor.
and then also bantamweight. I believe that one in bantamweight series.
That's good for the sport, because we'll get to probably see Inouye, and it was meant to be Tete. I think he's got injured, but it looks like it'll probably be Inouye and Dene, which will probably be a big fight in Asia. And then you get Josh Taylor and Prograis, and that's a big fight on either. I wouldn't say big, but that's a good fight. Best fight in that weight class on either side of the pond, wherever they make that fight. And that's I think that might be a unification, or I think it might be for one of the belts. I can't really remember, but that's the type of fight you want to see, man. Like otherwise, the sport is just just going down a lane. You got guys on YouTube looking like they're dictating some of the terms, and guys who are just fanboy channels are supporting some of the rhetoric. Because we should be demanding like the best fight the best, and if you don't fight the best, you should be like stripped or something like that. The way the UFC model is, but I know boxing is different, and that's never gonna happen. But like, you keep it real, man. It's good that there are people. I think there's a couple of other good channels as well, like Bruce Rain, Ring IQ. I think it's Dwyer as well. Like, there's some people that keep it real and just want to see the best fight the best, because otherwise. I don't want to. I don't think you do as well. You don't want to watch mismatches and fights like that being on pay-per-view.
Right, and I didn't got salty, man, because I didn't pay a lot of my hard-earned money, man, to see mismatches and shit, and I'm tired of that. You know what I mean? And with all of this, mismatch, pay-per-view events that PBC been putting on, it's about time they start giving us some real, a real good card. Where it's top competition versus top competition. Shout out to everybody that's coming in, man. My bro Angel Santos, shout out to him. He the one that came up with the Pretend Boss Club. These guys be acting like they bosses over there on PBC, but they, anytime some real smoke pull up on their ass, they talking about call this guy or call that guy. Let me talk to him. El Chinito, what's up, man? Let me see. Charles D. Okay, bro. I saw your message. You said you'll be on if you can in about 40 minutes. Angel says, Pretend Boss Club better make Porter versus Spence on free TV, Fox, or Showtime. Discounted $9.99. Fight on the app. Ain't nobody paying $75 for that. What about that fight, man? Do you think that's worth paying for?
I like that fight. I don't know about pay-per-view, but I will say this: if Mikey and was Spence was on pay-per-view. This is obviously a much more competitive fight, but I personally don't think it should be on pay-per-view, man, because I think you need to build Spence up before you start putting him on pay-per-view. Same with Bud. I don't think Bud is a pay-per-view star at the moment. I think they put 2 fights on with Postol and now with Khan. I think only one of them should have been on pay-per-view if you really wanted to test the waters with pay-per-view, because I think they should just wait and let Crawford and Spence, when they meet, fight in like a big, huge super pay-per-view fight. But I think I would say this. I would actually be more willing to pay, or like spend some sort of money on Porter and Spence if I was based in anywhere in America, if I was living, and if I went to watch it. I'd rather go and watch that live than watch Mikey and Spence, because I think Mikey Spence was like, when that got made, people are saying this is a mismatch. Like one guy is way too small and he's bitten off more than he chew. I still think Spence should beat Porter, but that's a unification. They're both in the same weight class and is a better fight as well. But I don't know if many people would want to pay for that after what happened in the Mikey Spence fight.
You know what, man? Like, see, look, I mean, I ain't gonna discriminate. Like, be honest with you, I'll pay for it, but I feel like the card got to be stacked. You feel me? Like, I agree with you. What you're saying that really realistically, like as individuals, Spence and Crawford are not really pay-per-view stars. But I truly feel like if they had a good enough card and they were headlining on their own separate cards, and it was worth it with the undercards, then yeah. But you can't have just a Spence just because you want him to be the guy, but he's not really the guy yet. And then you put these shitty ass nobodies on the undercard, tune-ups and shit, and then you just have Errol and Mikey. You know what I mean? Or you just have Errol and Sean. These guys are not on a Mayweather type level where they can fight anybody. The undercard can be trash and people will still want to be, you know what I mean? Wouldn't care. Like he's not big enough to where it's just like, okay, I don't care about the undercards. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to be entertained from start to finish. And I was entertained at least with even though I agree with you that Bud really realistically is not a pay-per-view star either, but I was at least entertained throughout that whole card from start to finish. And that's the difference that how ESPN pay-per-view did it, whereas compared to the PBC, the AB Pack one, and then the Spence Mikey one, I was like, what is this shit? Like, bro, y'all are out here pimping us for this trash ass event. You feel me?
I agree with you. That pay-per-view on paper was a good pay-per-view. Like, it was stacked in it. I didn't think some of the fights on that card were good, but beforehand, yeah, it was a good pay-per-view. Like, that was, if you're gonna pay for something that was stacked, it was, full of. I thought a couple of evenly matched fights on paper beforehand. I don't think they turned out like that, but they were on paper. With the PBC undercards, a lot of them have been trashed like that. Wilder Fury, I thought was a good fight on paper. I don't think many people gave Fury a chance. I gave him a chance, but that card was bad. Like the undercard, but that was really bad. I thought, man.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I think Charles Martin was on the undercard. They had Jared Hurd, who was coming back after surgery for a tune-up. I'm like, you don't put the tune-ups on a pay-per-view card.
That's true. And you had Joe Joyce and against so was it Tom Hanks or whatever the guy's name was?
You say Tom Hanks. What the fuck?
I think it's Joe Hanks. So I was just kidding.
But let's say the castaway actor.
No, not that. It wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? The guy.
Yeah. It's probably just some regular. Joe Smo, you know what I mean?
So those type of fights, like, you can't have a pay-per-view should be a bit better. That's the main difference between UFC and boxing. But I do want to see Wilder and Joshua fight, because I went to see Joshua and Parker fight, and I was at that fight, and I was even saying I'll go to another fight. Like, I don't really like going to too many of the UK fights, because a lot of the fans are like, a bit too drunk, and I kind of just want to go and one more time if it's in the UK, if it's like a huge super fight.
Let me ask you a quick question, man. See, because you're in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just from your perspective, man, who do you feel? Because a lot of people, I'm in America, man, and I hear a lot of just crazy shit. Like, I honestly feel like, shout out to my bro, my homie, IOTBA Boxing Talk. Y'all go check his channel out right here on YouTube, IOTBA Boxing Talk, and we are on the same page as far as when we talking about Wilder and Joshua. You know how they kind of like trying to compete for this A side, and people talking about it should be 50-50. I don't think it's a 50-50 fight. I think AJ has done more. He has more belts. He's
Yeah.
made far more money than Wilder. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Do you feel like Joshua should meet Wilder's terms and make it 50-50? Or do
Nah,
you think Wilder's just being a stuck up, you know what I mean,
I
type of
think
diva?
I, I think Wilder's priced himself out, and he's overpriced himself. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I don't think outside Tyson Fury anyone else could suggest 50-50 with Joshua. And even then, I don't even know if Fury would demand 50-50 if he deserves it. But
And you
I
and
think
you said
Tyson
you've been
Fury,
there, right? You said you've
yeah,
been
yeah,
at the fights. It'd be what?
yeah.
How many people there?
80, the ones I went to were both 80,000. The Parker one was a sellout with 80, 79 or 80,000. And I didn't go to the Klitschko one because I was in Wembley, but I did have
Mm.
tickets. I ended up selling them because I had problem going to London before with Golovkin and Brook. But yeah, the Klitschko one is 90,000. But yeah, Joshua's done more. He's got 3 belts out the 4. Wilder's only got 1. He's in 22 fights. He's unified already. He's beaten more champions. He's beaten better fighters. He's
Mm-hmm.
managed to win a title in quicker succession, and he's managed to become a pay-per-view star in his own country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think personally think Wilder deserves more than 40%. But the deal DAZN offered him, I thought was a fair deal. What was it, like 100 million? I thought that was a
Right.
bit over. I thought they might have been way
Too
too generous,
generous. Yeah.
and he still turned it down. So I don't know what he's playing at. But
Um,
I do want to see the fight because I think Wilder's got a chance, and that's what I don't understand.
right.
Like,
Right.
you want to see these fights because I think these are evenly fights. Like I'm a Joshua
Mm-hmm.
fan, but as a boxing fan, like I want to
You
watch a
understand?
fight.
It can go, you
Yeah,
understand? It can go either way because of his
yeah, yeah,
crazy, freaky power.
and it's a good damn fight as well. Like 2 heavyweights, like could bang. And you know Wilder, the way he dropped Fury, he could knock anyone out. But I
Yeah.
don't understand when these guys on YouTube, some of these guys like channels, they're advocating and they're actually supporting Wilder when he's duck. It looks like he's ducking and he's delaying the fight and he's
Mm-hmm.
trying to just I don't know if he's trying to just wait out the fight or he's trying to just hold that belt like as long as he can. But it's not a good look because
Mm-hmm.
that's a really big fight and I think maybe Spence and Bud is probably the best fight in terms of technical ability, but this could arguably be the biggest fight between Joshua and Wilder because
That's
I
true.
think,
It's heavyweights.
yeah, the heavyweights. I think Joshua's a bona fide big name superstar in the UK, and I still think Wilder is is still a. If he could get that fight, that would still be a big fight in America because
Mm-hmm.
that's a damn big fight with all the belts in the heavyweight division. I don't think that's happened for a long time. I don't think Wilder's that big of a name, but at the moment, I don't think I'd say that Crawford and Spence are like on that level as well. I think the winner between Spence and Crawford will probably go on to become a big super pay-per-view star and superstar. But at the moment, I
Mm-hmm.
think they're building towards that. But yeah, I'd like to see that fight, man. And that's another thing. If it's in the UK, I'll go to it. But uh, we've got a problem in the UK as well. A lot of the best guys are not fighting the best guys. Like we want to see unifications, and that's another problem as well at the moment. So it's not. I think it's boxing in general, like a lot of the matchroom fighters as well. I don't think we're getting unifications with a lot of them here, and a lot of them are fighting now in America on
Mm-hmm.
on some of these weak cards and a lot of them are inactive, like they're not fighting more than once or twice. Is a lot more, I think, happening with the PBC because PBC got like was the majority of the welterweights, but we still haven't seen a unification.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got
So
4 champions in the welterweight division. You know what I mean?
and 3 of them are on PBC in it.
3 of them on the PBC side.
So we
Um,
got to see a unification soon, man. Hopefully, Spence and Porter happens. That's one in the right direction. I
yeah,
like to
yeah. I've
see,
been trying to push for that fight. I've been constantly pushing for that shit. Like, man, he better
yeah,
not duck Sean. He need to get that fight on.
yeah, if it takes it being on pay per view, then it'll have to be. I think that's the nature of the business we're in right now. But hopefully, Santa Cruz and Russell fight as well. So that'll be a good fight. Like, that's a really good, I think, technical fight. 126. I think Russell has kind of
Russell,
wasted his
Santa
time.
Cruz.
Yeah,
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think Santa Cruz was I know he dug Rigondeaux. Um, he dug Rigondeaux. Abner Morris ducked him, and I think he had been avoiding Gary Russell up until now, where I think that they might possibly face each other, you know, maybe this year or next year. I don't know, man. But I think
Yeah, I don't think he ducked Gary Russell. I think
you
he
don't think
a
so?
lot of them ducked Rigo. Yeah, 126, but
Okay,
I don't think he ducked Russell. I think Russell's been too inactive, so
that's true.
that
That's true.
it's hard to see if Russell even wants to fight anyone because the
Yeah,
guy's actually just fought once with what was the guy's name last year? Joseph Diaz, Jojo Diaz.
yeah,
So
JoJo. Yeah.
he got to be more active. I think he's got to fight with is it with thing Kiko Martinez? That's a bad fight, man. That's another mismatch. I think it is Kiko. If it's Kiko, then that's not a good comeback fight because Kiko's been knocked out by Scott Quigg. He got knocked out by Frampton, and he got knocked out by Santa Cruz as well. I think he's way past it. If it's Kiko Martinez, then that's a bad matchup.
Hmm. Well, let me
But
read a
one,
few comments and then I'm gonna
all right,
ask you a particular question.
all right, go for it.
Let me see. Iron Cone says, at Angel Santos, I agree for the price of pay-per-view in America. These guys got to step it up. Charles D says that Iron less than 150K buys and the prelims had more views, 291K. Iron Cone says, yep, it was a good card, but what's the problem? Aaron keeps talking about that big mega deal he got with ESPN. Was the fight just badly sold, or is Terrence Crawford just not a draw? Angel says Al needs to step the fuck up. He got it fucked up if he thinks we paying 75 for a bullshit card. Shit, Benavidez better be on that card too. Charles says Angel wants the whole damn PBC on the card. Hell yeah, put all them niggas on there. Angel says they got to make up for the BS these past 18 months. These guys must fight each other now. He has the biggest, most inactive roster in boxing. I agree. Man, let me ask you this. How big is Deontay Wilder in the UK? Like to the casual? Like I know you a boxing fan, so you know
Yeah,
you probably die hard, so you know him. But like to the regular casual, is Deontay Wilder really known out there like that?
I don't think he's. I think if he took the fight with Dylan White in the UK, I think he had his reason why he didn't take because he wanted Joshua at the end of it. I still think he should have taken it, but that would have made him a bit much bigger name. I don't think he's that big. Like he might actually. I might be a bit slightly wrong. After the Fury fight, he might be a bit more known, but I don't think he's that known because. I think apart from Klitschko, a lot of the guys that Joshua's fought, a lot of the casuals I don't think have been that familiar with its opponents. A lot of these guys are just Joshua fans or casuals. Not all of them, a lot of them. Like I'd say a good 20, 30,000 of them are probably just casuals. Then you got obviously some hardcore, some, in and out the sport guys, you could say are semi-hardcore casuals, whatever. But if Wilder took the fight with White, that would have been a pay-per-view in the UK and that would have probably sold out the O2 Arena or whatever. That would have made him a lot more recognized. I think with getting the Fury fight, I think that probably got him a bit back. Like, I think some casual probably know him. I don't know. I don't know how how well they know him, but they probably do know him now because that Fury fight was a big fight. I don't know if he did good numbers here because we still haven't been released the UK's numbers for here, but that was a big fight because Fury became a bigger name after that fight as well, and how it turned out. But I think he should have taken the White fight. But if he takes the fight and is in the UK and he wins, the guy becomes a superstar overnight. He'll have all the belts, and if he beats Joshua in front of 90,000, I think he's the biggest name in boxing then. So I think he should take the fight. I don't know if that fight's ever going to happen though.
Mm.
I would like it to happen though this year, hopefully, but I don't see it happening in 2019.
I don't see it happening either, man. I don't see it happening. I mean, the reason why I brought that up is because you know what I think that you know, even though despite that the fight is not going to happen, I don't really see Deontay Wilder's star power really rising right now. Like I feel like AJ is doing all the things that he needs to do. He already has the UK. He's the biggest thing in the UK.
Yeah.
And he's already strategically making his move to the American market. You know, shout out to IOTBA Boxing Talk. He brought up a lot of good factors that a lot of people like him already. You know, his personality. They say he got the look and the charisma, the personality, and everything else. He's already started going to these media platforms here in America, and I know he got to fulfill this date. I don't know who he's going to be, but no matter who it is, I think that it's a good move for AJ because AJ is going to eventually probably surpass Wilder on a popularity scale. And y'all let us know in the chat if y'all agree with this. But I just felt like Wilder's not really that big, man, like that. Not even really that huge out here to the casual. Like, there's some fans that know him, but like, I don't know. It just seems like AJ is more marketable. You know, I seen him make you know, he knows how to switch up and get into that character. And you know, Wilder is
Yeah,
Wilder, you
I
know.
agree with you. I agree with you. I think Joshua might, if he's based in America, he probably will be taken by the American crowd. I think the American crowd will probably like him because a lot of his fights will probably be sold out. I do think though they're gonna have to fight consistently, worthy opponents. Like they're gonna have to try and get guys to fight him because I think they've had a problem now with Dylan White turning down the fight with Wilder. Well, it looks like Wilder and Joshua won't be fighting for at least another year, and him turning down the zone deal, and it looks like Ortiz has turned on the deal as well, a fight with him, unless they come back and he accepts a counter offer. But they're gonna have to try and get some fights that could sell because that I think that Big Baby fight was a big fight in America in terms of it being his debut, and Big Baby now popping was it for failing 3 tests. I think the opponent, unless it's Ortiz, I don't think he's anyone that'll rival as big as Big Baby in America. Because at the moment, I think they're looking at Andy Ruiz or Michael Hunter, which I don't think are big names. But the fight is about Joshua, I think. But after that, they're gonna have to try and get some fights because I think him not getting fights at the moment, it looks like with Fury and Wilder at least for a year or two. Maybe the Fury fight, I don't think it probably won't happen until 2021 or earliest, I think. So they're gonna have to try and see if they could get the big fights because if he's gonna be based in America, there's not many dance partners. I think it looks like because in the UK you could fight Usyk down the line. That'll be a big fight. You could fight Dylan White in a rematch. I don't think some of these fights will probably sell in America, but it depends what they want to do. If they want to market him in America, then I think the right step would be to try and build towards a fight with Wilder. Whether or not that happens,
Yeah,
I don't know.
um,
Because that's a big fight in America, Wilder Joshua.
yeah, most definitely. What's up, Julie?
Yo, BHP, what's good, man? How
What's
are
going
you?
down, bro? Everything,
I
man.
see you growing, man. You trying to take over the boxing world too, man. Look at you
Nah,
taking
man.
over
Hey,
with the UGC, man. You
shout out to
taking
the
over.
UG.
That's
Shout out to
Bada
UGC soldiers, man.
or
You
not,
know.
Bada or not. If you're pound for pound list, got a fighter that ain't on Bada, you're gonna have to change your whole pound for pound list. What's up, Hamed?
Yeah,
How
well, how's
you?
it
How
going,
you,
bro?
my friend? I'm
Yeah,
doing
I'm good. I'm
amazing.
good. Appreciate it.
Yo, hey Black, I'm looking at your title. That Leonard Ellaby stuff is getting on my nerves, man. He think that everybody is Floyd. They trying to use Floyd as
Mm,
the example. Everybody is not Floyd. Like you said, these guys don't got a resume, but they trying to market them just like Floyd. It's getting on my nerves, man. I'm real honest with you, man. They making Tank, they making Tank stock look crazy. Everybody calling 126 pounders. I mean,
mm.
their marketing plan need to change a little bit. Come on, man.
Hey, so why is that, man? It's like, okay, it went from these guys looking like the most duck fighters in boxing to where now guys are trying to make a mockery at the fact that they're now
Mm-hmm.
being chased. And they making
Exactly.
this thing like, look, he needs us. They need us over here. Like, so what, nigga? Y'all niggas
It's
went from being the boogeyman to now you niggas want to make jokes about niggas wanting to fight you.
that's
Like,
man.
what in
It's
the
sad,
hell?
man. Everybody calling him out. Shakur calling him out. Gary Russell calling him out. That's crazy. He's not responding. But one thing, looking at it from a business perspective, if everybody's calling you out, you always gonna have big fights. You get what I mean? So from a business perspective, it's actually
Mm-hmm.
good. But from a fan, I'm like, dude, when are you gonna fight somebody? If he fight Gary Russell, I'm going to the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to the fight because that's a good fight. I think he stopped Gary Russell,
You
but
talking
that's
about
a
Tank,
good
right?
fight. Tank, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't. I'm not watching. I'm not watching no more tune-ups like that. You
I
know what I mean?
mean,
I can't. I can't stand that, man.
You know, you know, you talking about Tank. Tank told Tevin Farmer get a belt, and then we ain't heard nothing else after that. I heard a lot of that same lingo on the PBC side. Get a belt, come a champ. They do it, then they do throw another stipulation in there. You know what I mean? Charles D
Yep.
says Tank will respond on Twitter sometime today. So what
Yeah,
was
that's
something that Gary Russell said to him?
Gary
I missed
Russell.
it.
Gary Russell. It's on Boxing Scene. Black, go read it. It's real good. But Gary Russell been calling out Tank, and that'll be Baltimore versus DC. That'll sell out. That'll be a real huge fight.
That's the same side
Real
of the street too,
huge.
right?
Exactly. It's like 45 minutes apart.
It's not even
It's like
Yeah,
45 minutes away.
let me ask you guys a question. Would you rather see that fight than the Tevin Farmer fight with Javante?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to see
Those are
both actually.
those are two good fights. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I
Yeah,
But
think
they
they
hold on,
might
are.
hold on. I would rather see the unification.
with
You
Yeah,
understand?
that's
Farmer.
true.
Yeah,
But
I'd
Gary
rather see
Russell
that.
was better than I think Gary Russell was better than Tevin Farmer. I believe.
Yeah, skill wise, baby.
I
Yeah.
believe so. Yeah, but
There's a
both of
weight
those fights are
discrepancy.
good. But the thing
Hmm.
about it, like I said, Tank is in a division that
But
if he
once
actually take,
again, my bad to cut you off. But once again,
no,
I don't want to see this nigga keep targeting little guys.
Yeah, that's true. But
exactly. And
What's up
check
with
this
that
out.
shit?
How you
that's
fighting every 6 months and you having weight problems? Earl Spence having problems with his weight. He fighting every 6 months. What's the marketing plan behind that? You got a nutritionist? Are they changing? Are they doing like working out every day? Like you can't be fighting every 6 months and then ballooning up and weight 50 pounds. You can't do that. Eventually, you're gonna lose the weight. You're gonna miss the weight and lose the belt on the scales. I mean, that's not a good marketing plan, man. Somebody they need
Mm,
to hire some more consultants with their team. To be honest with you.
mm. What's up, low place? Been a while, bro.
Low plays.
Right.
What's up with low play, aka Jobs Taylor?
I'm sure he's still in that low
Nice.
place. He says, "Hold on, they ducking who? Crawford? What's on your mind, bro? What's on your mind?" Um, Charles D. Iron Cone says, "You already know Tank is the Twitter champ of the world." Charles D says Lomo didn't want to give Russell a rematch. So just to bring everybody up to speed, man. Let me just play this audio one more time. It's real short. Y'all listen up.
Yes, but like you said, I mean, so much going on in the welterweight division, and I mean, a lot of exciting fights to be made. I know one big fight people want to see. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it as well. Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. But you were kind of vocal about it. I think I saw an interview about you kind of talking about Bob Arum and why that fight hasn't been made.
Well, I don't want to go back into that part of it, but
oh, okay, but it wouldn't be like an Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
No, that fight's not happening right now.
Okay, like what is that big roadblock? Because I feel that's what the fans really want to see.
No, what fans?
Boxing fans.
No.
But who would you like to see Errol Spence fight next then?
I would like to see Errol Spence fight who he wants to fight in his very next fight, and it's going to be a massive fight.
All right, there you have it, man. CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard SMELLerbe, basically letting it be known that he doesn't.
Yo, Osman,
Yeah.
Low Place wants the link. Shall I just add him? Will that be
Who?
easier for you? Low Place.
Go ahead, you got him for this.
Add it. I'll add
Yeah,
him.
welcome.
We,
But I
we,
ain't
we,
see
we're
low
gonna get
plays
this
in a
nigga. We're gonna
minute.
test this nigga out for this one. Let's see.
Yeah, he be going up. Hey.
All right, add him. All right, I got him here.
While we waiting on him, so it's like this, man. Like Leonard SMELLerbe is letting it be known that it doesn't matter who Errol Spence fights next. He doesn't care, he doesn't care, about the best fights. He doesn't care about the fans because she's letting it be known that he gonna play dumb. What fans? The boxing fans. Gorilla nostrils. The boxing fans. See, niggas want to play dumb when it comes to that real flame get put on their ass. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, it's the type of shit right here which I can never defend. I'll let the rest of you fanboys defend this type shit because it's on the PBC side, but not me. Not me. You feel me? You're going to get the flame from me. Like I said, I don't discriminate with this flame. Anybody can get it, And if it's not about the best fighting the best, oh, yeah, you're going to have to get that shit. So here he is saying, oh, that fight is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And you know what? Shout out to Angel. It's all goes to that pretend boss club because this guy Leonard Ellaby is in a high place in PBC. Mayweather's in a high place in PBC, right? And they got to answer to these guys, you know. Until I hear Spence come out and say, you know what, Leonard Ellaby is full of shit and full of boogers, and I'm gonna fight whoever I want to fight, and the Bud Crawford fight can get made, then I gotta just go with this because these guys are not in control of their careers. It don't look like it. You know what I mean? And niggas keep saying that guys is on the wrong side of the street. Well, I don't want to be on the side of the street where I can only fight when I'm told to fight, or you know what I mean? Like I can't fight the best. My legacy is not more important than them getting their M's off my M's. You know what I mean? So I really feel like, man, I'm telling you, man, they be doing them PPC fighters like hoes on the track, nigga. Like they getting pimped. That's how I look at it. And we tricking our money off on them. And they're not giving us the best fights. Trav says, what fans? You niggas don't matter. Right. In other words, you mean them niggas? It don't matter who we make them fight. They gonna pay anyway. That's why I said, man, damn, should we just fucking go on a goddamn what they call it? A strike or some shit? Like stop paying PBC for these bullshit ass fights that they putting on? Then maybe they realize like, oh, okay, yeah, these fans right here, the ones that pay y'all bills, nigga. Fucking gorilla nostrils ass. Angel says, sucking all the air on Earth through those massive smokestack nostrils. Yeah, little dual exhaust, you know what I'm saying, nostrils and shit. Angel says his new name, Nostradamus. He knows all. Right, exactly.
That's a good one.
Charles D says, bowling ball nostrils need to sit in the corner. Why is he speaking on behalf of Spence? Like, yeah. Like, that's the type of shit we got to deal with on this PBC side. You got Floyd coming out telling Tank he ain't going to fight Lomo when the fans is asking for that, you know? So, there you go, man. These guys, they got these certain ones that's, you know, that's been in the game. I mean, Floyd Mayweather's been in the game for a long time. LB been in the game for a long time. Like Charles D, he was his professional chest massager for Floyd Mayweather back in the day. You know what I mean? So, hey, this guy is you know, CEO / chest rubber, you know, and he telling people that the Spence and Bud Crawford fight will not happen. You know, so what you feel about that, Jalik?
Because first of all, listen, if Bud beat Porter, Thurman, Spence, become undisputed, then that's when you start talking about he's starting to be on Floyd Mayweather territory as far as being, you know, some of the greats of all time. He's surpassing a lot of things. So I don't know if it could be insecurity too. Some people don't want you to outshine them. But I heard that Bud and Floyd was pretty cool. But who knows, man? But from a business perspective, they feel like they just have a responsibility to their fighters on PBC. They're not looking at it as a whole, as a boxing whole. They looking at it as just their own company, that single mind. They not looking at it like, yeah, we want the. That's how they looking at it. They got to be looking at it because if they know that everybody want that fight, like, come on, man. Certain fights nobody don't want, man. Like I said, certain fights I'm not, even if it's free and I got an antenna, I'm not even certain fights I'm not even gonna turn it on and give them the ratings, man. Like certain things, man. I ain't even see the Tank last fight. I ain't even watch it. I don't watch fight. I don't watch tune-ups like that, yo. I can't stand fights like that, yo.
So does that bother y'all? Like, you know, the ones that's on the you know, y'all on the panel, and then also man, you put Battle Hub on this shit, bro. I thought you was in the no place lane, bro.
Battle Hub,
yeah, so my bad, man. I thought I lied.
God damn. Anyway, so even the ones in the chat,
You ain't happy to see me?
Battle Hub, what up?
What up, Jalik?
So the ones on the panel and also the ones in the chat, man, like, how does that make y'all feel when you hear this guy play dumb like that? What fans want to see this shit? Like, as if he don't know that, like, that's either number one or number two biggest fight in the sport of boxing, period.
But if you think about it it's crazy that we say this, but from today's standards of social media, when you act like that, that actually makes people pay attention to you more. It's like, it's not necessarily trolling. It's like a form, like, you know, certain things that you can put in your titles and certain ways you can behave on social media, and that gets people to react, even if it's negative, but it still gets people to pay attention to it. Believe it or not, it actually makes people frustrated, but at the same time, I don't know, it's weird, man, because it's almost like he's making it for Tank. He's actually putting Tank in the A-side position. Everybody calling him out. Like, It's like they protect. It's weird, man. It's frustrating to me, man. It's certain stuff I'm just can't take no more, yo. For real, man.
Mm. Angel Santos says, now we have Wilder versus Brazil, aka Banana Titties, coming. That card better be good too. Yeah, I don't know who gonna be on that card right there. I haven't heard nothing about that card like that. I mean, I ain't really been seeing the
Gary
promo either.
Russell on there. Gary Russell fighting like a tune-up against Kiko Martinez, who been knocked out. You know
Oh,
what
you
I'm
did
saying?
say
Like,
that, man. You did say
yeah,
that.
man. Kiko Martinez, Cruz just
Yeah,
knocked
that's
him
a
out,
bad fight, man.
and
That's
he
a
only
bad.
fighting once a year. Like, dude, like, show. See, I'm gonna be honest with you,
Wow.
Black. Steven Espinosa has to put his foot down. Like, no, we're not gonna show this on TV, but. Steven Espinosa is like doesn't even understand the position that he's in. He can say I don't want the fight and don't show the fight, but he probably afraid to make Al Heyman mad. Afraid, you know what I'm saying? Because Al Heyman just doing his job. He's an advisor. If I manage boxers and they gonna put the fight down and pay me this money, then hey. But it's Steven Espinosa too, man. For real, man.
Mm-hmm. What you gotta say, Battle Hub? Don't be on that trolling that shit, bro. We talking this real boxing talk.
He's on mute, I think. Has he muted himself? Or?
Battle, I don't know. He must be busy.
Shout out to Afro Caesar. What's going on, man? He says he know that's the fight we want to see. Yeah, he know that. Playing dumb and shit. What fans? The bowling fans, nigga. No, stupid ass nigga. Boxing fans, dummy. Charles D says Tank better start responding. He says with his fist not on Twitter and not through nostrils. Right, let me have a nostrils talk for you. Afro Caesar says any word on Spence responding to Bud. Man, that fight not gonna happen. We're not gonna even be like people got to stop promoting that fight. That fight's not gonna happen, bro. No time soon. It's not gonna happen this year. What's gonna happen is hopefully Spence takes care of his side of the street, like he told Bud in his face. He said that he was gonna take care of his side of the street. So that's what
Yeah,
I'm expecting him to do.
I think that's one of the best fights, man, in boxing for a long time. Like, if that happens, I don't think there's been a better fight in the welterweight division, especially like for a long time. Like, I'd probably go back a really long time. Like, I'd say if Mayweather in his prime, if he fought, I don't know, maybe Shane Mosley, someone like I don't know, maybe Leonard or even something like that. It's that type of fight. I could see both of these guys could go on to become all-time greats. I think Bud's on his way. I think he's already uh, a
He's
lot
already,
accomplished. He's
yeah.
accomplished a lot in it, and he's just, I think, a couple of fights away from just beating a couple of these guys at welterweight, and he could stamp his mark. But I think the winner of that fight could be all-time great, and I think Crawford's already, I think, on his way to there. I think if Spence beats him and then goes on to clean the weight class, or maybe does the same at 154, he's got the potential. But that's like technically that's a very good fight. I just hope it happens. If it's not going to happen this year, then hopefully it can happen next year, because I don't want him to be waiting around for Thurman, man. Hopefully Pacquiao maybe beats Thurman, because I think that might be better. I don't know if Thurman's going to
He
take
said
any.
you want Pacquiao to beat the brakes off. Get Thurman out the way, huh?
Yeah, I want Thurman to get out the way, man. Because I don't think Thurman's gonna take the fight. He's just gonna start taking tune-ups. So, well, if he's fighting Pacquiao, he might. You never know. He might want to cash out. But I think if Pacquiao wins, Pacquiao will take the fight. Because I still don't think he'll beat Spence at this point of his career. But if he beats Thurman and he looks good, maybe he might think he got a chance. But hopefully that happens, because then maybe that could give Spence a bit of leverage into getting the fight with Brad. But he's gonna have to be realistic, because I don't think there's a clear A side in that fight at the moment. They probably even out. I thought Crawford was the bigger name for a while, but I think Spence has done a good job in marketing himself. We're getting a fight with like Mikey in
How
Dallas.
did he do? What you mean? Mikey did that.
I think, yeah, he beat him, and I think he's probably
all he had to do was
yeah.
accept. Mikey the one that fucking won his fight was against Robert Easter
I
and then
know.
called him out.
That's what I mean. Like that
He
fight,
didn't market shit. All
that
he did
fight,
was accept the fight.
that fight helped his marketability. I think.
Oh, okay,
the fact that he won,
the
fact that he won it and it was so one-sided, because I think now Mikey might have lost some sort of marketability after that fight. We'll only know how he turns out to be, because I don't know if he'll be the same inside and outside the ring after that. But
I agree, because he got dominated, right? He got dominated, and then he just vacated his belt, and he about to have an exhibition with Eric Morales. I would say yes. I would say
That's a
Yeah,
yes.
he
bad
was
move.
12 chain. He didn't want to lose to Loma. He rather lose to a bigger guy because he got a bigger built-in excuse instead of losing to Loma,
Yep.
who's smaller. And I'm sure he has some
And on the
intel,
other side of the
but come
street.
on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, come on. So, how man? This is my first time to kick it to you, my man. It sounds like you from the UK. Who
Yeah,
your
yeah.
top five? I need to know your boxing game, man. You got to go through initiation on this UGC. Who your top five pound for pound, man? Who your top five pound for
All
pound?
right. I go one Crawford. I go two Lomachenko. I think two might be close. I think if Canelo beats Jacobs, I might have to give Canelo two. But at the moment, I got Lomachenko two. I got three. I don't know. I think the last time I said three was Usyk. The Mikey
Mhm.
lost. So four, I'd give Canelo, and five would probably be. That's actually a tough one. Am I leaving someone out? Because I don't know. Five might be vacant at the moment. I don't think there's a clear guy after those four. Maybe you could argue maybe Inui, Rungvisai,
Mm.
or maybe I think I might have left someone out.
You don't got AJ on your list?
I got AJ towards the end. I don't really like putting heavyweights on the
Mm.
list, but I think AJ's beaten a lot of guys, so I would put him about 9 or 10. But I do normally like to
If he
put
becomes undisputed, then you think that changes? Like if a heavyweight
yeah,
becomes
yeah, yeah. If
undisputed?
he beats Wilder and Fury, or even if he beats Wilder, I'll put him a lot higher on the list, like towards maybe five. But I'd still put the guys in the low weight class because I think
Hmm.
pound for pound wise, I think
You
it
got to
is
do it in
hard
multiple weight classes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to determine a guy because pound for pound is if you're any size, how you determine. With the
Right.
guys
Right.
is that big, it's hard to determine them pound for pound. But it's about resume as well. If a guy is really that accomplished and has beaten everyone, if he goes on to beat Usyk, who's a top pound for pound fighter, then I'll put him top three, four, maybe even higher. So it just depends on who else he could get on his record. But Usyk, I do rate highly. I think if Usyk cleans out the heavyweight division, I'd definitely put him probably towards the top.
It's
But
gonna be
I don't
rough.
know if he could do it.
If he do that, then he
That's
off the
nigga.
charts.
Hell
That's
yeah.
that's unbelievable.
I don't think
Yeah,
he's
Man.
big enough though.
yeah. If he do that, that's on next level. That's like,
Yeah,
ooh,
bro.
that's like all
I give
time
that
great.
nigga
That's
the
that's definitely
stamp.
good. Yeah,
That's
that's
historical shit, bro.
so.
Yeah,
Come in.
that's
I got
hard
a
to
question.
do.
I mean, I got a question for you because we be talking about the VADA stuff in here. It's VADA or nada. What's your perception on like VADA and also like the UK anti-doping thing? And do you think people should be on the pound for pound list even though they're not signed up for the clean boxing program?
Oh, you should be, man, because in my opinion, pound for pound is about boxing. Resume, skill wise, whatever your skill to move up in weight or down, whatever, and deploy your skills. With drug testing, you got to look at it. This only came into play only recently. VADA, I think, is a new. Well, it's probably the most stringent drug testing, but up until 2010, I don't think VADA was even around. But I agree with what you mean because if some guys you might be cheating or not sure, then should they really be? Should they really be considered a top fighter? So that's maybe debatable. But the thing is, with boxing, there's so many different commissions and what's it called? Different drug agencies as well. I mean, you got USADA, you got the BBC, British Boxing Board of Control, not British Boxing, I think it's UK Anti-Doping, sorry, yeah. So you got so many different ones, and some of these guys are not really all alienated with VADA. They should all really be under VADA testing, really, because that's, I think, the most stringent and probably most accurate drug
You starting
testing.
to break up a little bit, bro.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
if it's hopefully it's not my stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I can
they
hear
But
you.
I
should
hear
all
you now. Yeah, you got
They should all be
okay.
with VADA. I'm not too sure. I think the UK anti-doping is a bit suspect because I heard the fight with Lucas Brown and David Allen. They didn't even do any drug testing. And I think David Price said something about that before the Povetkin fight. I'm not too sure. I don't think the UK anti-doping is that stringent. But if people are questioning someone like AJ, he's been doing VADA testing before the fights with, I think, Klitschko, was it Povetkin, and now I think he did with
Yeah.
Park as well, and now he's doing with the guy who was meant to fight Miller in there. But I do would like to see more guys do 360 testing. So if they're being tested all year round, you
Hmm.
can't really have any question marks. But I don't think many people will probably do that. But there should be guys like Dene who have done it. It should be more guys like that should be willing to put their name forward. But I don't know. Maybe the WBC clean what is it, boxing program. Maybe that's a good idea. If more guys could start signing up for that, that's a good idea. But the thing is, some of these guys do cycle on and off. So
Mm.
I don't know if some of them are, trying to duck VADA and that. So I do get what you're saying.
Mm. Well, hey, what you feel about that? His answer, Jaleel?
Now that's cool though. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
He still got Lomo on his list, but
I,
yeah,
I
it
I
makes
like
sense
his
though.
list too, man. I mean, like I
Nah,
said,
he on his list. Yeah.
the only question mark, like how you brought up, Jaleel, is that Lomo. I don't know if you knew him, man, but he's not enrolled in Clean Boston
Yeah.
program, so that's why we kind of have question marks about him. Although I'm not taking nothing away from his accomplishments, but I would love to see this guy enrolled though. That way, I
Him
would
and the
give him his
monster.
full credit.
The
Who?
monster. The monster got probably the most power in all of boxing.
This the Nui,
Power wise.
right?
Yeah, he got his power
Yeah, him
crazy,
too, man. I
Is
don't
crazy.
he
have him on my
enrolled?
list, but he said he's not. I don't think, right?
Nah,
Damn.
I don't
That,
think he's
So
in there.
is he meant to see on BoxRec? Isn't he? Is that how you guys find out?
yeah.
You go to
All right,
BoxRec, yeah, and they tell you, yeah.
Yeah,
all
he's
right.
not
I'm just
enrolled,
trying to
bro.
see.
Some people do it, maybe every so often,
Oh
for a
yeah,
particular
yeah.
fight. But clean boxing program is it's an all year round testing program.
So what's it? It's VADA clean boxing program because I see Jorge Linares is enrolled, but Lomachenko isn't. Yeah, I get you. I heard about this before. I've seen it a couple of times on BoxRec, but it's kind of hard to spot because some of it doesn't say on all of them.
Yeah, you can like I seen an article where that dude from the UK Campbell was gonna fight Lomachenko for the vacant WBC belt. So he's gonna have to sign up for the
Okay.
program, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
Mhm.
We'll see his performances. Everybody know I mess with Loma heavy. I mess with Loma heavy. They be talking thinking I'm crazy, but you gotta do some type of testing, man. Seriously, yo.
Yeah.
This,
Hey,
Has has
so,
he has he? One say I'm just gonna say has he done VADA testing for his previous couple of fights?
I don't
I
think
have
he ever
no
done
clue,
Vada.
bro.
I don't think so.
I'll
That's a
try and
little
He
find out
not
as
on the
suspicious.
well because
program.
I think VADA testing, which is before a fight, might be different to the clean boxing program is the all year round. I think those
Yeah,
two might be a bit different.
yeah.
But
That's
if he's
that they
done some
use
sort of
Vada. They use
if he's
VADA.
if
However,
yeah
you can pay VADA separately than the clean
Right.
boxing program. But just at least being on the clean boxing program, the threat of you don't know when you're gonna get tested can get you. You know what I mean?
Like
But
to
to
be
not be
honest,
on that,
man. To be honest, I think AJ does that. Like he uses VADA, strenuous VADA testing for his fights, but he's not enrolled in clean boxing program. So that's a little,
exactly.
little raise your eyebrow a little bit on that shit
yeah
because, like Dillian White is in the clean boxing program, but like I heard when they was getting ready to negotiate for their fight, for the rematch, Dillian White brought up that, the VADA testing or whatever. But we know AJ was using VADA testing for Miller, and being that he paid for it, I forgot, didn't they say something like 30 racks for that? You
yeah
know what I mean? But it's a little bit more strenuous. Like you get tested like I think like twice a week or some shit. And that's how they was able to catch Miller because the HGH, we know that's it. When we did the research, that's clear out of your system in 24 hours. So they pulled up on that guy probably after he had just did it, and it wasn't out of his system yet. So um AJ will do it for the fights, but that doesn't mean that he's not using anything in between fights. You know what I mean?
oh yeah yeah
So I'm not saying
I
he is, but we can't say he's not either because he's not enrolled all year round.
I get what you're saying because I'm looking at Lomachenko. He done VADA testing with Rigo and he done it with Linares and I think he might have done
Oh,
it
he
with
did. Oh, he
Crawler.
did do it with Rigo. He done it
Yeah,
with Rigo.
they
See,
done
I
but
didn't.
and that be
they
the
Oh, I didn't know
thing.
that. Okay,
That's
I
the
didn't know
thing,
that.
though,
Okay.
Jalik. That kind of reminds me of Spence. Like you did it for the little guy. You feel me? For Mikey, but
Right.
for all the other welterweights except for Brooke, he did it for Brooke. But with all the other welterweight fights, you didn't do it.
You
Yeah.
think Regis is gonna be
Why does
Taylor?
nigga want to wait till
Josh
Lopez get on and
Taylor.
start talking? Commander in Chief. Nah, you mute. Low place. What's up, bro?
Nah, because I'm not just because I'm not Vada or die. I can't speak.
No, you said you wait till low place get on, then you want to open your mouth.
Nah, because you know, we already know. If I would have talked about Vada and said this dude not taking Vada, you would have been like, okay, yeah, you allowed to speak.
Nah, that ain't answering the question. Low place, you there? Let your boss talk, Battle.
He's saying his game's mic ready or something.
You know, he got these high-tech mics. His mic costs $1,000.
He gonna come in there, ain't no place like no place, and we live.
if I been in the bit, been like Errol spent some steroids, he'd be like, yeah, Vada or die, man. He ain't the Vada clean boxing program, man. We gotta handle it.
What's he saying about? Go ahead, Battle. It's your time to shine, bro.
No, and I was just asking Jalik, did you think you had a Prograde beating Josh Taylor?
Oh yeah, I got Prograde beating everybody at 140, and he'll give some people problem at 147.
Everybody? I don't know.
Yeah, everybody. I can watch. We gonna see. He fights tomorrow. He gonna fight Josh Taylor and stop him, and then we gonna ride that wave, man. Cause he don't be getting props neither. He's like he's like an underground. You know what I'm saying?
Like the dark horse.
He's like underground. He not. Yeah, nobody talks about him, but his time coming. Watch.
He's underrated.
Yeah, he underrated. People don't talk about him. People talk about everybody else because he's not with the PBC. Even though I think he fought on Showtime, he with Lou DiBella, but we gonna see. Plus, he's very exciting. He talked the talk. He want the fights. He ain't ducking. So he's the next dude up. Shout out to Regis.
Man, I think Taylor's gonna win that one, man. I don't even know if I favorite Regis to beat Baranchik before the incident happened. What was it? Did he drop out or I can't remember.
Fighting Taylor.
I think every time somebody comes in and out, for some reason, it messes up the audio on the stream. I don't know why. So I don't know.
No, Taylor's fighting Branchik. Branchik's not fighting Regis, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
Progress fighting Relic.
Yeah, Prograde Relic.
Oh, okay.
What up?
Yeah. I knew something was off. I was because I
all right, hold on, y'all. Hold on, Battle. Ain't no place like low place, and we live. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, what up with y'all, man? What Ellerbe do? What did Ellerbe do? What did Ellerbe do?
You sound just like a black. You sound just like.
Hey, man. Ain't no place like no place.
I can switch it up. And go down there Creole. Go Creole on him. He won't be able to go there.
Yeah, stay on your low place shit, bro.
Go all the way Creole. He be like, what did he say? And then they won't be well, nah, they could copy it then too. I heard people do that pretty well. What Ellerbe do?
Oh, you want to hear it? Let me play a little bit of audio for you. It's only like 30 seconds. Y'all listen up.
Yes, like you said, I mean, so much going on in the welterweight division, and I mean, a lot of exciting fights to be made. I know one big fight people want to see. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it as well. Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. But you were kind of vocal about it. I think I saw an interview about you kind of talking about Bob Arum and why that fight hasn't been made.
Well, I don't want to go back into that part of it, but.
Oh, okay, but it wouldn't be like an Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford?
Yeah.
No, that fight's not happening right now.
Okay, like what is that big roadblock? Because I feel that's what the fans really want to see.
No, what fans?
Boxing fans. No, but who would you like to see Errol Spence fight next then?
I would like to see Errol Spence fight who he wants to fight in his very next fight, and it's going to be a massive fight.
What?
All right, ain't no place like low place, and we live. Let's get it.
I thought he did something with Tank or something. I don't know. I mean, as long as they make Spence versus Porter, to me, I'm honestly I can't complain. I'm a Sean Porter fan. I'm a Kenny Porter a fan of Kenny Porter strategies. Except for the last fight, I don't think they picked the right one. I don't like Kenny being like the boss dog, Big Papa, whatever the situation like Broner was calling them. But as far as I respect their boxing hustle. So if they make that unification fight, I mean, maybe he didn't say it the way people wanted him to say it, but shit, come on. They make the unification fight. I'm buying that. I didn't buy Mikey. I will buy Sean Porter, Errol Spence if they sell that to me on pay-per-view. That'd be the first pay-per-view.
So you justifying Errol Spence not fighting Bud then? You justifying that?
Before you
justifying, but then I would be justifying Porter not fighting Spence. Like, it's so many combinations we haven't got yet. You know what I mean?
I mean, I was gonna say before you said something, like, I already know that fight's not gonna happen right now, and I'm okay with the unification, Spence and Porter. I've been trying to big up that. I've been trying to promote that from day one. You know what I mean? Get that fight on. You know what I mean? So I feel like, my opinion, is no need for us to be promoting that. But just to hear SMELLerbe say that, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
I don't know. He's not really Spence's promoter. He just a guy that he learned from Mayweather. Stir up the dislike, and that turns into dollars. You know, that's the way it seems.
How does that turn into dollars?
That's what it did with Floyd. It's what it did with Floyd, and we gotta villainize one of these people, right?
That's the thing about it. They are treating these PBC fighters like they are Floyd, and they
trying to get them there. They trying to get them there. Like, I don't think they gonna do the same exact thing, because some of them don't have the personality. But think about all the big fights. Somebody was villainized in all these fights. Canelo, Triple G, Canelo was the villain. Mayweather, Pacquiao, Mayweather was the villain. All these big fights in America, we get a villain and we get this superhero. One of these guys might have to play that role.
Only difference is Floyd wasn't ducking. What I understand the villain role, but the ducking role too?
We talking about ducking Pacquiao? What I mean is just perception. Like, we never really know all the facts and all of it. So it's just perception. And we know these guys don't be scared of each other. They just trying to drum up their cash. They're trying to drum it up.
So do you think the PBC really has the fans' interest at heart, or they just care about? Now, I know Heyman has the fighters' interest at heart. Like, he's gonna take care of his fighters, so that's not debatable. We understand that part. But I feel like, as the fans, real boxing fans, wanting to see the best fights, which I think everybody can agree that it's either number one, number two top fight in boxing. That's Spence versus Crawford, you know. And if they're acting like he want to play dumb, like, what fans? Like, as if the fans don't want that fight. You know, when you plan it down like that, it's just like, what type of loyalty are you trying to establish with the real boxing fans when you letting us know, like, we don't care about what the fans want. We only care about our fighter, and he gonna fight who he want to fight, and that's all we care about.
If I'm being honest, I know from mass fan perspective, y'all want Spence Crawford. For me, if I would pick a fight for Terrence Crawford right now, I put him head to head with Danny Garcia, and I can't even do that. Like, I would. That's just for me personally. That would be my fight for Terrence Crawford, and I think maybe even the Keith Thurman fight is sexier than the Errol Spence fight to me, because I think they both gunslingers, but I don't know what Keith Thurman got left. So I just can only go from my personal perspective of how I see it. But I do understand the mass fans saying we've been promoted this, and you know what I mean? When they see a KFC ad, they want KFC. So when they see ESPN and they see Crawford and Spence, they gonna repeat that and regurgitate that as much as possible, and I think it's being drummed up more than what it is. I don't see it as the biggest fight in boxing, the two of the best. It's like, I think everybody got a chance right now to put their name in. It had to be the best, because ain't nobody ran away with it. Nobody. So I don't know. I think we blessing them into this big fight, just blessing them like, y'all are the shit in boxing. Y'all done it. No, neither one of them deserve that blessing. For me, not yet. But if they get it, so be it.
Man. So are you still anti Top Rank, Bob Arum?
I never was anti Top Rank. I'm just telling the truth on what he's. I'm telling the truth on what he's been.
So say, for instance, if the cards was flipped, right? Let's just say, you know, Spence had the same accolades as Bud Crawford, right? And Spence was, saying, you know what? Hey, Crawford, whenever you're ready, I'm here, right? And his promoter, or himself, as he think he a boss or whatever, he's saying all this like, I want to fight with the group. Would you still have the same energy?
Yeah,
or because you anti Top Rank, you like, hey, it is what it is,
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like, if a person got options and they're good options, and you're trying to throw your name in the hat with everybody else trying to throw their name in the hat at the same time.
You wouldn't be flaming Crawford if it was split.
I mean, because I still wouldn't have seen if I ain't. Let's just put Crawford with Al Heyman and Spence with Bob Arum. And don't even worry about Heyman and Bob Arum. Just look at the combinations of fights that Crawford hadn't been in yet. And I'm like, I'm supposed to just settle for one big fight and them promoting this fight. I'm like, no, I think Sean Porter is an A+ level fighter. I think Danny Garcia is on the cusp of becoming that again. Keith Thurman as well, Manny Pacquiao as well. And I think they can all beat each other. And it's like, nah, I wouldn't flip-flop nothing. I want Top Rank to stop focusing on Al Heyman so much and focus on their 175-pound division where they got 3 champions and they're not making them unified.
I agree. Now you brought up some good points, Low Place. You on your shit, Low Place. What you been doing, man? What you went to like a retreat?
He basically trying to say you smarter than you look. But go ahead, bro. That's what okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I already know that fight.
Every division.
Charles, what's up, bro?
Charles DeBarge, where you at?
Charles DeBarge, you out there smoking the L, man. Just remember you got that piss test.
Yeah, you already. Nah, I already did that. And yeah, okay, I am blowing the L. Yeah, I'll holler at you in a second. Hold on 1 second.
All right, man. But okay, man. You know, so I mean, like I say, I would rather if the unification comes between so Low Place, man. Let's just stay on you. You know what I mean? If Spence does not decide to unify with Sean Porter next, do you consider it a dub?
Oh, they got to make that fight. They got to make some unification fight. Everybody ducking something. They got to make it. I truly believe that fight is done, though. I believe Sean Porter, man, his word. When he got the title, he said he was going to go with Spence.
No, it's official. WBC tweeted it yesterday. So
it's official?
They're waiting for a date, location, I think, or something.
There we go.
It's gonna be in Dallas.
That's beautiful, bro. And Sean Porter,
man. Them niggas gave us a unification. God damn.
I could be wrong as shit, but I think Sean Porter got a better chance at beating Errol Spence than Terrence Crawford do just because the style. I think Sean Porter.
Hey, let that Low Place.
Hold on.
You going back to your trolling?
Nah, bro.
Let's hear what he got to say.
Listen to it. Just think about the headbutts. Huh? Think about the headbutts. Think about the headbutts. What about the headbutts, bro? The headbutts.
Oh man, IOTBA, what's up, bro? What's going on with it? Oh shit, you want a link? He said, "Who said that shit?" Oh shit, we got Spence's biggest supporter, man, in the chat.
I heard of him before.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Literally, hands down. One of my hardest debates on YouTube was against this nigga IOTBA Boxing Talk. This nigga the truth with the debate shit. You know what I mean? And just be ready. Just be ready. Now, I don't think I ever took any L's, but I can say I possibly debated to a draw with this nigga.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
Hey, Black, homeboy was giving that work though. I wasn't trolling either.
Nigga, you trolling right now. You trolling right now.
You talking about the dude that be on BFTB.
What nigga you talking about, Billy?
Nah, Dr. Blick. Dr. Blick was giving that work.
Nigga, stop. I drowned that nigga. Hey, I drowned that nigga in the 8th round. It was done deal.
You are that nigga.
He was on his Ab Judah shit. He a front runner. You know, he ain't been back.
Hamid, where is this tweet at, Hamid? I don't see this tweet.
Hey, correct.
On WBC,
UGC, what's popping, man?
I do see it. I do see
What's up, bro? What's up?
Man, you know how I'm rocking. This your boy, Mr. 214. Hold up. Mr. Undeniable. Hold up. Mr. These boys can't fuck with me on my worst day. First off, shout out to my man, Black Horseman, and the whole UGC. Do you understand me? Yeah, that way. Shout out to the dudes on the panel, too.
Hey, so Corey, man, I guess it's breaking news, man, because according to Hamed on the panel, he's saying that the fight is pretty much made between Sean and Errol. They just waiting for a date in the venue or something like that.
Yeah, that was the news circulating yesterday.
Okay.
You know, they put them posters up. I heard somebody say about them posters, and you know, when they start putting them posters up like that, you know, that fight finna come to fruition. But yeah, so he accurate.
Wow. So Low Place believes
but hold
that.
Up real quick. Hold up. Who was that other dude that said he know me? He heard of me.
Low Place. It's me. I heard it.
Man, Low Place. Nigga, say I fuck with you, homie, but nigga, don't get up here and talk about Sean Porter got a better chance.
I believe
it. I knew it.
Hold up.
Hey, we can go on it now. We can go on it. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
But this what you said though. You talking about because of the headbutts.
No. But I didn't go in no more because we invited.
No, I just had to get that in, fam.
Come on, man. You know that's a hard fight, man. That if you
I mean,
told me right now that Porter have been ducking, I'm not going to disagree with you. But when you tell me they get in the ring and they got to scrap it out, Sean Porter give every welterweight I ever known in history a hard night, in my honest opinion. This nigga crazy.
This is what you don't understand, low place. Like every fight is a hard fight. It's just that person got to go in there and get the job done. But if we go in and if we gonna look at Sean Porter and Earl Spence stylistically, it's like Sean Porter's style is catered to Earl Spence and what he do. Earl Spence like fighting on the inside. That's what Sean Porter like to be. We know Sean Porter can't outbox him on the outside. So I just feel like Earl is gonna make he's gonna make this victory so vicious over Sean Porter for all the welterweights, not including Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford just came to the welterweight division, who was ducking him for years. Earl is finna go on here and flatline Sean Porter, fam.
Yeah, I got a question. Does anyone think Porter could smother him? Because I do see where.
I want to answer that. Hamed. I want to answer that, man. I feel like
what can I just say something? Because with Thurman and Brook and even with Danny Garcia, Porter managed to smother him. Now I don't think he looked that good in his last fight, but I do see where Lopez is coming from, because I think Porter in a lot of the matchups with a lot of guys is not an easy fight. Like, no one, I think, has beaten him, in my opinion, convincingly. I thought the Brook fight was even close, but I don't think anyone's beaten him convincingly. Like, he's always been a close fight. I still do favor Spence, though. I think Spence's style will gel with Porter, because I think Porter will walk onto big shots, but I don't think it's a easy fight. But do you think he could smother him? That's what I was going to say.
Funny.
Go ahead, Battle. Go ahead, bro.
What's funny is like what's been happening lately, is that when we say somebody's going to get blown out, they almost never do. They give like an entertaining fight. And then when we say the fight is going to be close, somebody gets blown out. I don't see that happen with Sean Porter, but you never know. Sometimes it happens.
I'm gonna say this, man. I feel like I think TBA, you brought up something about Earl Smith on the inside. I don't think that's the right game plan to face Sean. Low Place brought up headbutts and shit like that, and I think that if it's an ugly fight, it favors Sean. I feel like if Errol can stay on the outside, similar to how he fought Mikey, counter his ass, control him with the jab, counter him with the straight left, shit like that, I think he can make it an easy fight. An easy, cold, a unanimous decision. But it just all depends. I don't think he should get on the inside with Sean in this particular fight, man, because Sean gonna be trying to go in there dogging this nigga. I think he's gonna try to dog and rough up Errol. And I don't know if that's the right game plan. And then a lot of people talking about he gonna stop him. I'm like, this is we talking about a guy who didn't even stop Mikey. I know a lot of people trying to give Mikey credit for his being able to roll with some of them punches and and not really getting hit flush. He was getting hit flush with a lot of that shit, and he was still standing, man. He never got buckled. He never went down. And we talking about a stronger guy, a guy who probably should be fighting at 168, 160, you know what I mean? But this nigga, is a big welterweight. So I don't see Sean getting stopped. If we do, nigga, hey, that's mad props to Errol. Mad props to Errol.
So my opinion on that is, that's a good point you made. He didn't stop Mikey, but and when you fight different fighters, like I don't think Mikey had that style like Sean Porter got, where Mikey was willing to take as much risk as Sean Porter is going to be willing to take. Mikey was a guy who stayed on the outside. You never really just seen him in his career fight as an inside puncher. Sean Porter, he is a guy who has always been on the inside. And if you've seen his last couple of fights, he's been on the outside. And he done implemented that to his game plan. Whether it's a stoppage or go 12, I just think Sean Porter don't do nothing better than Earl Spence. I think first off,
Headbutt. So.
First off, I think Earl Spence hit harder than him. I think Earl Spence is the more accurate puncher. Is Sean Porter just going to get in there and lay down? Absolutely not. We'll be discrediting Sean Porter and what Sean Porter did for his career. Ain't no fighter going to get in the ring and lay down. It's just that other man going to be better than you. Sean Porter coming into this fight thinking he could win. And Sean Porter said some key shit, too. He said in all of Earl fights, Earl ain't never had nobody who just rough him up like that or make it uncomfortable for him. And that's the one thing that I will have to agree with Sean Porter.
I disagree.
Okay.
What's the guy that Khan knocked out in the first round? He was roughing Spence up.
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
He got his ass beat for it. The Greco was headbutting him. Spence was complaining about it.
Don't use that one, Lopez.
Man, can I finish the point, man? I'm not saying this. I hate when I say a name and you say, "Oh, that name." I'm literally just giving you the style of the fight and what was happening in the fight. If you don't remember, headbutting Spence, pushing Spence back, but Spence showed the propensity to take a half step back while they're on the inside and let those body shots go. But the thing with Sean Porter is sort of like Mikey. He low to the ground. Mikey just by height low to the ground. Sean low to the ground due to center of gravity and height, and he can bend.
You know that guy, Greco.
Go ahead.
The Greco went the distance was Porter, isn't he? That's the guy, isn't it?
Yeah. Phil Greco.
Yeah.
So, I think
Porter.
No, Phil Greco a fighter.
Right, but I'm saying he went the distance with Porter or Spence?
Yeah, he went the distance with Porter. He went 2 rounds with Spence, I believe.
Four rounds.
Okay. Yeah, Spence beat the hell out of him. After he headbutted him, Spence turned it up.
Oh, you know what? I actually saw a video on the Greco's YouTube channel talking about that fight. About, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of short notice. But I mean, hey, credit to Spence. But I remember him talking about that on his YouTube channel.
It's gonna be hell, man.
I think Spence is gonna have.
Hey, before y'all continue, man, I want to say this, man. Shout out to PBC. Shout out to Sean Porter. Shout out to Errol Spence for this unification, nigga. I gotta get these niggas the hand claps, nigga. This is a unification bout, something that we've been asking for a while.
I ain't been asking for it though. Like I wanted it a long time ago, but I wanted Earl to starve him at first, fam.
Nah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
But no, look.
No, you don't want that.
Yeah, that's lame,
family.
I'll
give y'all my reasons why.
Come on, nigga.
Let me give you my reasons why I wanted him to starve him, fam. You got to understand, like when Earl say tables turn. I don't know how long y'all been doing boxing, but I've been screaming for these motherfuckers to fight Earl for the last 5 years, fam. And think about it, Earl done became champion, and he ain't fought now one of these dudes. Shit.
That's how the business is, though.
No, but
should Earl fight Jaron Ennis?
I know.
Fight Jaron Ennis next?
No. But I'm like, but look, fam, listen to me. Listen.
Yeah, whoop him, please. Go whoop him.
Don't bring up no shit. Don't bring up.
Go ahead. I say do it. Go ahead.
I know, but Jaron Ennis, he ain't even up there yet. He ain't even just had no.
He not ranked top 15 and no sanction.
He'll get murdered.
No. What I'm saying is we ain't seen him to where his name ain't ringing bells like Earl Spence's name was ringing bells when Earl Spence was on the come up. That's what I'm saying.
But he hold on. But he got anointed. He got anointed by Floyd. He had help, bro. A lot of help. Sparring. Match.
I know, but what was the thing coming out? The reason why he got anointed by Floyd because the fire coming out that sparring session was
right.
Earl took it to him. So,
but that's some shit that should have never even hit public. We know what happens in the gym stays in the gym. And then he used Ponytail. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it 100. He started calling Ponytail name. People started saying, Keith was ducking, and he wasn't even continued yet. He was a prospect calling Keith name. And Floyd never even gave Keith that smoke. So I mean, Keith was looking
but look, Black Horseman, you right about that. But the difference is ain't nobody had it wasn't no fighter who had no buzz. Like Earl was that guy. Like, think about it. It ain't been no other fighter who just had that buzz like Earl,
because Floyd gave him that buzz, man. He literally inherited Floyd's fans. I'm just
whether it was or not, it was the fact of the matter is he was
it wasn't like somebody who he fought that really gave him that buzz.
No, but you got to understand his performances gave him that too. Say anybody could throw you an alley hoop, but you got to catch that bitch and dunk it. So
okay, I agree with that. Yeah.
So Floyd may have did this, but Earl still had to go in the ring and perform and put on put on one side of the furrows to make the public believe in him. Nigga, I like Jared Ennis. You know what I'm saying? I like him. I know him because I'm a real boxing fan. I've been watching him. But I understand that he need a big fight before we try to throw him in there. If y'all want to throw him in there with Errol Spence right now, go ahead, throw him in there.
You think Errol Spence? You think Errol Spence a few years ago was more at a higher level than Jared Spence is right now when he was calling out Thurman, based on his sparring session and based on the fact that he dropped AB in the sparring session? That's what you think?
Absolutely, bro. Because think about everything else that was surrounded. That's when, like you said, you just mentioned the name. That's when AB was hot. You feel me? Floyd Mayweather was still super hot. So just think about how boxing was just big buzzing. Then Adrian Broner hadn't took all these losses like that, fam. So he was hot. The boxing game was hot. PBC was hot. They was the new.
Can I give you another point, bro? Earl Spence fought an Olympian. Jaron Ennis has not done, like Emmanuel Larte, who hurt him. He fought an Olympian on the way up. My guy Jaron Ennis, he fighting his bottom teeth and his top teeth. They yapping, but it's like, bro, what you gonna come on with it? Come on with it.
No, bro, I like Jaron Ennis. Like, he is the epitome of like what I like about a fighter, like a guy who trains hard, like a guy who do shit the right way, and a guy who who just let his shit speak for itself. I fuck with that kid out of Philly. But what I'm saying though, if y'all ready to toss that kid out of Philly into this gauntlet with Earl Spence, go ahead. Like I said, I ain't saying he ain't ready for the big stage yet. My thing with Jared Ennis is we just need to see you against we need to see him against like a guy who right there, and we need to see if he put on a spectacular performance. Because it's about how you win too. That's when we can see if you really that guy. Jaron Ennis.
I agree.
So that's all I want to see. I don't want to ruin that young guy career and throw him in there with Earl Spence right now. Because his name buzzing right now. He ain't really fought nobody. We need to see him in there with a guy. You know what I'm saying? Who could fight. And we need to see this guy Jared Ennis dominate him. And then that'll tell us everything. And that'll tell us everything we need to know about Jared Ennis. And then Jared Ennis going there and dominate one of these guys who like right there, then motherfuckers could start talking that shit.
No, fight another prospect. Josh Kelly. Fight a Josh Kelly. I want to see shit like that, like they do in the UK. They finna make the heavyweights, Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois, fight each other. Like, man, reach out and fight another prospect. Forget the old heads. I want to see our people start fighting. I want to see Shakur fighting. What's the white guy from Ireland? Top ranked.
I know you're talking about
Mike
Conlon. Mike Conlon.
Stop playing. Forget dominating Collazo. We giving them such easy routes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Collazo might give him a hard fight. I'm gonna take that back. Collazo might give him a hard fight.
He should fight Ugas next.
There we go.
That's throwing him in the gut. That's throwing him up there.
Bro, that's a great fight for Jared Ennis against Collazo.
Ugas, let me say something about that.
Yeah, Collazo.
He need a vet, bro. He need an experienced vet.
Collazo been took out that prospect.
Velasquez.
Ugas just beat Sean Porter, who I say Earl gonna stop. Porter. Earl gonna stop Sean Porter.
I agree with
that. I put my money on that one, but I'm gonna tell you this.
I wouldn't do that.
When Earl fight Bud,
I wouldn't do that either.
Listen, when Earl fight Bud gonna stop him. I put $2,000 up on
Bud gonna stop who?
I buy knockout.
Earl?
Bud gonna stop who?
Did he say Earl gonna stop Bud?
No, Bud gonna stop.
No, he said Bud gonna stop.
I
bet.
Yeah, that's possible.
I think Bud is gonna beat Earl, but I don't know.
That nigga
how much
Terrence Crawford gonna knock Earl Spence out.
He gonna stop him.
You could stop him.
I bet money on that.
See, I think Bud beat Earl too, but I don't know if he stops him.
Hey, Bud told that nigga his face. Bud told that nigga his face. He said, "Bro, all right, when I stop you."
Say, but you know what's crazy? It's like, I don't know why. Look, I like Terrence Bud Crawford, right? I like him, and I think the dude is great, right? But why do y'all speak of Terrence Bud Crawford like he do anything better than Earl Spence in that ring?
What does Earl do better?
Yeah, because he's shown me.
Man, Earl do everything better than him in that ring, fam.
He don't got more power.
Nah, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He don't got more power.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead, Jaleel. Go ahead.
He don't got more power. He don't got more experience. He don't got more speed. He's not quicker in his mind. His ring IQ ain't better. I don't see no advantage. He's only taller than him. Buzz reaches longer. He switch hits.
Damn.
I don't see what Errol Spence does better, man.
He has a lot. Yeah, he has a lot to his arsenal.
Damn.
I don't think Errol Spence does everything better than Crawford. The only thing I would say Errol Spence probably has he's a better pressure fighter. He's better at smothering his opponent's offense. He's better at inside fighting, and he's better at, I'd say, probably hooking off his straight.
Hey, neutral natural in the chest is Errol Spence just got a better jab.
Maybe.
I wouldn't say he has a better jab.
Niggas is crazy.
I wouldn't say he has a better jab either.
Put that money up.
Bro, you niggas.
What is
it? Bro, hold up. Stop making your argument every time talking about putting the money up. Let's talk boxing, fam. You don't just got to keep saying put your money up.
Go ahead.
So, this is what I'm saying right here.
Bet $1 million. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
This is the thing right here.
That's what
y'all talk about Terrence Crawford like he just this defensive monster.
Oh, nah, he get hit.
Nah, he not.
He get hit.
No, like, hold up, though.
Errol get hit too.
Bro, you ain't
Errol is the least hit welterweight.
All right, hold up, fam.
Go ahead. Go do your thing. Go ahead. I believe this.
Spence is the least hit welterweight, brother.
Y'all ain't seen Spence get hit. You ain't seen him get hit in his last 3 or 4 fights. So stop talking about he get hit.
And Kell Brook, I did see him get hit against Kell Brook.
He got the least amount of rounds.
Kell Brook, that was for the belt, fam. Kell Brook was a real one. And look, watch her. And that's boy. We'll get on that in a minute because I want to get my point out real quick. Look.
Oh shit.
Look, you ain't seen Errol Spence get hit. He didn't get hit against Lamar Peterson. He didn't get hit against Ocampo. He didn't get hit against Mikey Garcia. Is that facts or not facts?
Fact.
He didn't. I agree.
Hold up. That's my boy Jalik.
Yeah.
Yo, let me say something. Who
hold up real quick.
All right, hold on. Go ahead. Make your point, LTBA.
Okay, so look. He ain't been hitting his last 3 fights, right? Okay, so let's go to Terrence Crawford. Even though I think Terrence Crawford is great, but you niggas right here is really gassing him up right now.
So you said Errol's elite.
Let's go to
who has Spence fought though?
Hold up, fam. Let's go to his fight before. Let's go to his fight before. You talking about who Spence fought? Nigga, who the fuck Crawford done fought?
I'm saying neither one of them.
Okay, so
one-legged Benavidez.
Neither one of them have great resumes.
Guy coming off surgery with one.
Wait.
I knew this was gonna strike up some emotion, man. That's Spence Crawford shit.
Say, who was that?
Hey, here. Let me say this right now.
It's funny you talking about this and this might not even happen.
Crawford has a better.
It get heated, man. The people say like 7 words and somebody else, nigga, please. You know what I'm saying?
That one-legged Benavidez.
Nigga, you got
Hold on, real quick.
I said one-legged Benavidez.
Who is that?
Charles D.
That's me.
So
Charles D.
Charles
D. You said Benavidez was on one leg, right?
One-legged Benavidez.
Absolutely. See, this is my thing right
here.
Hold on,
LTBA, but he stopped him. So he did stop him.
No, he did. Let me
okay.
He did.
Arrow went 12 with the lightweight.
12 seconds left, fam.
But he stopped him.
But look, okay.
Arrow went the distance with Mikey.
You're right, Black Horse. But let me tell you this right here real quick, and then I'm gonna shut up. Okay, shout out to Charles D because he said the best thing any one of us could have said. Jose Benavidez, one-legged fighter. This was a dude who had no lateral movement. He can only move straight up and down. And Terrence Crawford and them knew that shit. But look though, even though he could move straight up and down, he hurt Terrence Crawford. And this motherfucker was touching Terrence Crawford. And look, this was the dude who was on one leg when y'all talking about Earl couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia. Damn, it took Terrence Crawford with a nigga who had no lateral movement, who couldn't do nothing to catch him. Why do you think Terrence Crawford was sticking his tongue out when it took 12 seconds left to knock him out? Y'all want to tell me this dude right here got greater skills than Earl? Or
one guy was a lightweight, man. One guy was a blown-up lightweight.
Styles make fights.
Their defense is kind of like even. Whatchamacallit do need to work on his defense some more, but can Earl
why y'all going away from Benavidez one leg?
Benavidez,
bro, we can stay on that if you want to.
Let me see.
It's still a victory, though.
Benavidez wasn't.
better than the
One sec. Benavidez wasn't coming off surgery. The fight before Brook had with Spence, Brook had surgery on his eye of his face.
You can't compare. You can't compare Brook.
Spence broke the other side.
You're gonna compare Brook and Benavidez.
Here we go.
Brook was coming off a weight loss. Brook was damaged.
Oh man, he compared Brook.
He broke the other side of his face.
Benavidez was looking like the next best thing when it was coming up, bro.
Compare Brook and
Man, stop talking about Benavidez. He got shot in his leg. Niggas die from getting
What did Kell Brook got stabbed in?
All right, hold on. Okay, hold on. One at a time.
Hamed.
Let me
real quick. Go. Hold on, Hamed. Go ahead.
Kell Brook was moving down and
hold on, Battle. We got a lot of people on. So go ahead, Low Place.
I'm gonna make mine quick. Look, Hamed. It's not fair ever in your life to compare Brook versus Benavidez, who you seen rob two different fighters before, who has never been in the ring with a Sean Porter. And nah, bro, you can't.
No. What I was trying to say was the condition of the fighter. Yeah, Brook obviously is a better fighter than Benavidez. If you're gonna bring up the guy's leg, why ain't you bringing up the guy who just had surgery, was coming off a weight loss, was damaged goods?
But why are you acting like you don't know the full story of the fighter though? You're acting like
you're talking about injuries, man.
You're acting like you don't know that before you said. If you knew that before you said that, then why would you go in here and compare two people that's on two different levels? I would never make that argument. You bodied yourself.
One was a. Let's look at it. One was an undefeated mandatory. Another one was a champ coming off a loss. That's
coming off
like 6'1". Hold up, Ahmed. Why is he talking about a dude who was coming off surgery, fam? Earl broke the other side of his socket. Stop playing.
Yeah,
but he's talking about
he was damaged. That's what I'm trying to say.
Man, stop it, bro.
How was he damaged? He was damaged on the other side.
He
was weight drained.
Where you from, bro?
He chose to make that fight
from the UK.
So Ahmed, did you go to college and you was a doctor, so you could tell me that he was broken?
Why do you have to be a doctor? The guy
you got to
surgery.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. The guy had surgery. That's the opinion. That's a fact.
Oh, so you saying you got your information from the universe?
The guy was coming off a loss. The guy was coming off a loss. He wasn't in the best physical shape.
How do you know that?
I body Hamed real quick. And IOTBA, I know you're a Spence fan, so I want you to run with this. I know you got a channel, and I want you to run with this too. When Terrence Crawford fought Ricky Burns was coming off a broken jaw. The next fight
was he coming off a loss?
Hold on.
Let him continue.
It don't matter, but wasn't he dead?
I see a dead end sign at the end of it. So go ahead, let him finish. This is the dead end sign up the road. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. I just want you to run with this because it suits your point to this broken face stuff. Beltran had broke Ricky Burns' face, broke his damn jaw. Ricky Burns then fought Crawford the next fight. Crawford went 12 complete rounds.
And he won every round.
No broken face.
Let him continue.
Don't do it.
He almost at the end of that dead end.
We cool though. We just comparing nothing though. We comparing nothing.
But what's worse, a broken?
Let's go. Let's move up.
What's your channel, bro?
You talking about the 135 division, right?
Yo, let's see.
What's your channel?
Yo, ROTB. Can Earl fight going backwards effectively?
Man, hell yeah, he can.
He did it against Mikey. He did it against Mikey.
I don't want to talk. I want to let Charles D talk because this dude's dropping fast.
All right, go ahead, Charles.
But why can't he box backwards? What he do to Mikey?
He boxed him.
That was a blown up lightweight though.
Is he stronger? Y'all think he's stronger than Bud? You don't think Earl going? You don't think Bud gonna push him backwards? Y'all really think Earl is stronger than Bud like that?
Yeah.
Not really. I think most of the time Crawford is gonna be on the back foot, and Errol's gonna come out.
I think Porter's stronger than both of them.
I
think Porter's stronger than both.
In a wrestling
one of the things people have to realize. One of the things people have to realize is Errol Spence, don't get me wrong, is really good as a southpaw, but he has to fight an orthodox fighter to look good, and Crawford can switch, so that takes away his advantage.
Say, but why y'all talking about that switching, bro? Look, why
it don't matter? Think
about it.
It's a different looks.
But look.
Different look.
Go ahead.
Bro, that's like a cliche to me, fam. Like when a person switch like that, they show me that they're not comfortable, fam. So I can't get into that talking about, oh, he switch and he do this and that. Because if we seen Crawford switch and do this and that, y'all said this before I even said it. You see him get hit. So what is that switching doing for him?
So correct, he need to stay in one stance when he fight Errol. He can't switch.
Look, no, I ain't saying he can't switch, but what I'm saying, no. He can do whatever he want to do. Just don't overrate that shit talking about switch. That don't mean nothing.
But you got to take that into
Okay, I'll break it down for you.
That's an advantage, man.
I'll break it down for you.
Well, the switching shit don't work. The switching don't work that well. He switched up against Gamboa. That's when Gamboa belts his ass.
Here, let me break it down for y'all, TBA. Okay. Switch hitters are very rare. They're very rare. I think the last successful one I seen was Marvin Hagler. Jose Pedraza can switch. I would say that right now, but he's not the best switch hitter. They're very
Andre Ward
Darrell switches.
Not really Andre Ward either. No, Andre Ward was converted southpaw. He was left-handed, but he fought as a righty. But there are very few fighters that can effectively switch. Not really. No, you can switch and fight. I feel like
what is the point? What's the point?
Effective shooter can successfully do offense and defense. Anybody can punch from both sides, but the successful switcher can do both. Crawford can do both. When it comes to Errol, for Errol to look good, he needs an orthodox opponent that has a southpaw advantage.
So answer this, Battle. Who is the fault that was a southpaw that possibly made him look bad?
No one.
Probably Larte, but then again, that probably wasn't that bad either. He only got hurt like one time, and that was it. As far as Crawford,
can I ask y'all a question real quick?
He almost got stopped against that guy.
He
was talking about southpaws.
Buzz, that's all. He didn't really.
Nah, that was more than a buzz.
Yeah, he got right.
Oh, he got hit, man.
Can I ask y'all a question since we're talking about southpaws?
Let's get it.
Who is the best southpaw out of Earl and Crawford?
Crawford, when he goes southpaw, bro, he go beast mode, man.
Crawford is a whole nother animal when it comes to being a southpaw. He has more to his arsenal than Errol does.
Man, no,
I don't know. I would say this. I would say this.
People say that
Crawford is a better southpaw than he is.
Bro, but what is y'all watching, bro? Y'all just seen hold up, fam. Y'all sit up here talking about Crawford got a better arsenal. You see this motherfucker get tagged and all that other shit. You niggas ain't seen this shit from Earl. You niggas keep talking about Larte. You niggas talking about Larte, a fight that was years ago, fam. We can talk about Terrence Crawford every fight.
Can I make a factual point? Based on anatomy real quick? Because Battle Keep, I don't know why
based on anatomy.
Yeah, it is based on anatomy. Okay, so my guy Terrence Crawford, and when he switches orthodox, right? Battle keeps saying Earl Spence got this advantage whenever he's fighting orthodox fighters or whatever. This is opinion. It's an opinion. So I just want to make a factual argument for that. If you switch you switch southpaw on Earl Spence, therefore your right side is going to be right in line with what his straight
left hook. His left hook.
Okay, you're right. So it becomes so like your liver then becomes exposed to his left hook to the body, which is vicious. So I don't know if there's really a factual argument you're making that.
But look, please, can't you say the same thing about him too? Wouldn't that make
I know it's a reason why I said it. It's a reason why I said it. I personally believe, and nobody has to agree. I just personally believe what I saw, and Bradley believed it too. First and foremost, in the Benavidez fight, Crawford got hurt to the body, and they called it out on the replay. He got hurt bad to the body, and he was stumbling. And secondly, in the
what do you mean by hurt, man?
Hold on.
What you mean? What do you mean by he was hurt? He was hurt, motherfucker. You ain't see him fucking
one last one.
Hurt is in wobble.
You the physician. You ain't see him wince.
Real quick, y'all. Real quick. All right, go ahead and make your last point. Go ahead.
Okay, and then when I seen the Khan fight in the 4th round, I pointed this out on the live streams. About 145 in the 4th round, I believe. Amir Khan threw an overhand right to Crawford's body while Crawford was turned. Southpaw, and Crawford buckled to his knees and squatted down. I was like, "Yo, Khan just hurt the man in the body." I think he have a little bit of stop doing that. We talking about.
I didn't think Keith get hurt. I didn't see Errol get hurt. I didn't see Sean get hurt. What's your whole point?
But yeah, but I'm just saying Crawford been hurt.
He's just saying
We're not saying that, but it's invincible.
No, but he's saying if he turns southpaw, the advantage is for Spence.
If he turns southpaw, the advantage is for Spence. Okay.
Absolutely not. Spence is not a better mid-range fighter than Crawford. So how is he going to do with that whole smothering game with Crawford if he doesn't know how to fight mid-range game with him?
Bud fights better than inside as well, man.
No.
Hey, real quick,
I don't know about that one.
Because your boy just came out.
I ain't giving Bud the inside game over Spence. You crazy?
Yeah, I say Spence is a better inside fighter.
Who's a better body? Who's a better body puncher? Black C.
Errol Spence.
Spence,
Hold on, let him answer. Y'all let him answer. He just got on.
I think you can say that both are equally great body punches. We've seen Bud Crawford knock guys out with body punches. We've seen the same thing from Errol Spence. But I feel like the main difference is that now that Bud Crawford has arrived at 147, I feel like he looks stronger and his power is continuing to increase. Since he's got the 147, he stopped everybody's fight.
That's true.
And I feel like he seems stronger and stronger every time. Every fight, it seems like he's getting stronger and stronger. And his punching power, I think his punching power.
Man, you said
look at the competition, man. Look who he just fought. He just fought Mr. Glass.
Well, you can say Mr. Glass, but those two other guys that he fought were both undefeated, and they both were two of the biggest welterweights in the division.
One guy just beat Pacquiao, and the other guy was
But Charles, Mr. Glass had never been outboxed until he fought Bud. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Mr. Glass was also undefeated at welter, but he's still Mr. Glass.
Absolutely.
Nigga quit from a thigh punch.
From a thigh punch?
Also, but Mr. Glass,
I thought Bud didn't look his best in that fight.
Look, everybody.
Oh, he was gonna whoop his ass. I just needed him to last 2 more rounds.
Everybody predicted that Bud. Everybody predicted that that the way the fight was gonna go. Everybody predicted that Amir Khan would outbox him in the beginning, but get knocked out.
He kind of did in the first round. He was.
No, but right out of the
gate. He got put down in the first round.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying. I'm saying before that knockdown, he was winning that round. The second round, third round, they come out competitive. In the fifth round, he's piecing Bud up at the end of the round.
What fight did you watch?
I mean, but I believe y'all gotta take into account Amir Khan is not the same one that you saw outboxing Danny Garcia. He way more shot from there. He been on year layoffs from there.
Now we making excuses.
No, it's just
shot or not. He dropped Samuel.
He lost every single round.
At no point in that fight did Khan have any kind of control.
Yeah, let's
so you think? Right. Hey, so Lopez, you think Khan was
doesn't have control? The problem is he was hitting him so cleanly that it was a
fight. Hey, so Lopez, you think Khan was better?
Man, Bud was getting hit clean.
Bud was getting tagged up. I'm not no Bud hater, but when I tell the truth,
what was you watching, Jaquil?
Every punch that he hit, Bud was
Hey, you breaking up, Charles? You breaking up, Charles?
He said again. Say it again, Charles.
That's Charles.
I said every punch that.
Okay, go ahead, Charles.
Every punch he was landing flush. He was lunging.
Yeah.
That's Charles right there.
Yeah.
Who was that telling me that about Crawford?
That
was me.
That was Lopez.
That was me. About Beltran breaking Ricky Burns down.
My name Low.
That's Low Place.
Low place,
boy. You the truth, boy. I say for real.
See when it's
you didn't know that though.
Now he the truth.
You didn't know that though.
No, bro, I didn't know that, fam.
What the fuck? What point does that make in making a point?
What's your channel, bro?
Beltran beat the hell out of Ricky Burns in a fight before. I'm talking about they robbed him and all that. That's why Terrence Crawford was scared of, talking about he didn't want to get robbed going to Scotland for Ricky Burns.
Well, how about this? Didn't Bud beat both of them?
Yeah, he did. I'm just saying. No, that wasn't the point. The point was when they was hating on Earl Spence breaking Kell Brook face.
That's why it shouldn't even been made at all.
That ain't the point.
It was just a comparison about the eye socket and the jaw.
I don't expect Terrence Crawford to do these guys. I don't expect none of them.
Just hate him, man. If you're gonna cry liver for Benavidez' leg, the point was you could nitpick, Brooks.
Exactly.
Hey, let me.
He broke the other eye socket, man. God damn.
I get the point, but he was coming off surgery. Is the point?
All right, real quick. Let me read this
surgery.
comment.
He made that nigga propose to him in the ring. I quit. Will you marry me?
Nah, you can't say fuck the surgery if he coming off a 160 fight. He moving back down 147.
Yeah,
Yo, that's
Say
two
what
weight
that mean?
classes.
Hold up,
That's
stop
two
saying
weight
that.
classes.
Y'all stop talking about
weight classes.
Stop, hold
But
up.
that was his choice.
No, yeah, but and niggas be talking like that, like it's unprecedented that fighters ain't never did that before in their career. Y'all stop that. Why y'all reaching like that, man?
Hey,
Stop
can I
He was
read a
coming
comment?
off a bad loss.
Okay. All right. Since we
Can I
talk
read
about
a
his
comment
weight,
real quick? Let me read a
since you
comment
talk
real
about
quick,
his weight,
Hey,
y'all gonna comment about his weight when he's talking about he won't fight Crawford and him now, even he at 154. So it's
And
gonna
I
be a
want
problem
to
if he
see
come back
that fight at
147.
47.
Hey,
Good
so
point,
what?
Charles. I
Hey,
want to see that
real
fight.
quick.
I want to see Brooke Spence, bro. I mean, I want to see Spence. I mean,
Crawford
Brooke.
got
What's
no
the
one
boy
else to
name?
fight.
Crawford Brooke. I want to see
Crawford
that.
Brooke. No. I'm just saying he made a comment about the weight.
Time out. All right, let me read one comment, y'all. Let me get them some love in the chat. Fred Thomas, what's up? He says Spence versus Crawford is 50-50, but Spence emphasizes body work, where Bud Crawford counters to the body. Spence is always looking for body punches. Both of them are great body punchers. Shout out to Fred for the comment. Boxing Monster says a lot of chaos. All right, y'all go ahead, man. I just don't want to
IOTB.
My whole thing was the whole weight thing.
Backwards.
Huh?
Can Earl effectively move around the ring and fight backwards like Bud King?
He did it against Mikey though, Jalik.
Jalik, you're repeating yourself.
Because nobody never said it. Nobody
senor.
We already discussed that.
I didn't hear y'all what y'all say on that. I never seen.
Yes, he can fight backwards,
but
man.
you know what? That's crazy. You know what's crazy to me?
He showed us that in the Mikey fight. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, we already answered that one.
Say low place. I'm glad you brought that back up because that's what's so crazy to me, fam. Because
Stop
if you
this
think
nigga
about
low
this,
place
fam,
head up, bro.
a lot of people.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Stop pumping this nigga head up, bro. He
No, for real, no.
He gassing low right now.
You don't got to understand what firepower this nigga just
walking in
gave
the living
me,
room
fam.
right now. Nigga,
Say, no, bro. Shout out to the Avengers, that superhero movie that came out today. Look, this nigga just gave me some superpowers, bro. Cause I forgot all about that.
Talk about a fight that happened at the 135.
No, because all these Terrence Crawford fans, that's what they always bring up. Oh, he fought GGG, and GGG, I was broke. But them niggas never
But
said,
y'all
I never
the ones
heard
that brought
nobody
up
ever
the one
speak.
leg. Y'all brought that up first.
Nah, bro, no. I never ever heard nobody say, well, nigga, you fought Ricky Burns after Beltran broke his jaw and you went to full 12
Want me to give you another one? Want me to give you another one?
Yeah, give me another one, low place.
I'll give you another one. No, I'll give another one. Jamal Charlo get a lot of heat for fighting these dudes with supposedly one leg, but Jamal Charlo being there for 3 rounds. Terrence Crawford almost spent the whole night in there. I'm just saying, people.
Yet Spence spent the whole night with a lightweight champ.
I'm just saying. Hey, true that.
What that mean? Hold up.
What's
Black
worse?
Horse.
Hold on, I want to say this. What's worse? I'd rather take stopping a nigga in the 12th round than going a distance with a nigga 2 weight classes below.
Black Horseman.
Thank you.
Black Horseman. So you telling me every fighter
beat
this
a
is where I'm gonna break your argument
welterweight.
at right here. You telling me every fighter supposed to go 39-0 with 39 knockouts, fam? You can't knock out everybody, fam.
Never said that.
You can't knock out everybody.
I don't even look for knockouts. And
but you can't knock out everybody, fam.
Mikey wasn't trying to get knocked out, bro.
But
That's an excuse. He wasn't trying. Nobody tried to get knocked out.
Mikey did the same thing Adrian Broner did to him.
ILTBA. What was your prediction of the Mikey Earl Spence fight? How did you predict it?
No, you're right. I thought Earl was gonna knock him out, fam.
Okay, then. Okay, that's
but look though, hold up. Whoever just said that
every time, though.
Whoever just said that Mikey wasn't trying to get knocked out.
Every lightweight, you fucking 30 pounds more.
The point is, Spence tried to knock him out, and
Don't
act like Spence didn't put his foot on the pedal in the last 2 rounds trying to get him.
He put his foot on the pedal since round 8.
Ahmad, why is you hating on Earl Spence like that, fam?
I don't know. Hey, I'm just saying because you said like you can't knock everyone up, but when Triple G fought the welterweight, he stopped him. When Lomachenko fought the bantamweight, the point is Spence should have knocked him up. But look,
hold up, did he stop him or was his eye socket broke, fam?
He talking on Mikey, bro.
He took a knee. Who you talking
about? No, his eye socket was broke.
Hold
up, Ahmed. You talking about Triple G fought a guy, a middleweight, and he stopped him. But you ain't gonna talk about how Kell Brook was saying.
The point was, did he go
you
the
didn't say
distance?
before his eye socket got broke how Kell Brook was taking it to his ass.
Threw in the towel. He would have got knocked out.
Who was winning that fight?
And that's the difference because Mikey wasn't winning at any point.
Kell Brook came to fight. Mikey came to sit in the high guard and take instructions for the corner.
No, Mikey came in to win. He just couldn't
Mikey only what 70 punches the whole fight.
Earl gave Mikey no chance to get off. That shit was an ass whooping from opening bell to the final bell.
I'm pretty sure most people was expecting Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia to be worse than Triple G versus Kell Brook. It wasn't.
I was expecting him to walk through Mikey.
Nah, but the thing is, Spence and Crawford is a good fight. Look, I think it's 50-50, but it could go either way. Hopefully, they fight sooner rather than later.
Ahmad, who the A side?
Right now, I don't know. I think Spence.
You don't know. No, hold on. If we talk, wait. Let's wait and see what he does.
We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do the A side shit.
So who the A side then?
Nobody. Fuck that. They both got one belt.
Nobody. Man, stop it, fam.
Yo, they both got one belt. 50-50.
Stop it, bro. Stop.
If we talk, what are we talking? We talking about accomplishments because Bud Crawford got way more accomplishments.
Man, stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. That nigga ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody.
He was undisputed at 140.
Come on, ILTBA. Let's keep it a stack, bro.
That's the truth. Nigga ain't even close.
Real quick. 1 belt, 3 defenses.
So
that's it.
Hold up. 1 belt.
And Bud just got the 147. He already got 2 defenses.
Hold up, Black Horseman. Also say this.
And Bud was undisputed at 140.
Sold 500,000 pay-per-view.
And he was linear at 135.
Okay, see, look, that's what happens. When you can't compete with the resume, they're going to say, well, who's the biggest star? Who the A side? Who got
But who's the A side, fam? Who can talk about the most turn Crawford?
Why does that matter? Why does it matter?
Come on, brother.
Who has the better legacy as of right now?
Man, why is you niggas trying to rewrite history saying they know A side?
Spence v. Porter, his legacy better than Terrence Crawford.
You niggas can't rewrite no history, nigga. It's an A side and it's a B side.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Go ahead, no play.
So the winner of Spence Porter, like the quality of that fight is A++ in my opinion. I don't think Terrence Crawford ever been in that. And I'm not gonna say Spence win. I'm gonna say whoever win it. I said whoever win that fight, don't they automatically have a better legacy than Terrence Crawford because they fight?
No, because they got 2 belts, my nigga. Just because they got 2 belts.
Man, quality got to mean more than quantity, don't it?
This will be his second top welterweight that he fought.
So far, fighter to beat.
But I understand that. But what top guy did? I'm not a Crawford hater. I'm just being a realist.
Yeah, you are, but
I'm being a realist.
You're a top rank hater.
I like Lomachenko. I just don't like the business they do. I'm not a top rank hater. My question will basically be: don't the quality gotta mean more than the quantity? Because as boxing fans, we ask for quality fights, not
undisputed quality of a 1 belt.
I'm trying to give y'all the point. Remember Triple G was fighting. Y'all remember Triple G?
What you say, brother?
Y'all remember Triple G was fighting 4 times a year, but versus nobody. Would y'all
fight a bunch of fucking lift riders?
You can't compare.
Was fighting the actual champions in this division.
Triple G fought David Lemieux too, but that doesn't mean nothing.
Crawford just came to welterweight. The resume is not much better at welterweight.
Using the answer
you must sit your ass down somewhere.
Keep forgetting that
Hamed, you're not answering the base question. You're not answering
Hey, I want to see that. Lopez does have a point. Who would Crawford beat that's bigger than anybody than Porter?
What do you mean by bigger? What do you mean by
bigger? Who would be beating any? What y'all talking about? Porter would be beating anybody other than Brooks.
Give Porter a chance.
Hostal was better. Gamboa.
Crawford's resume is bigger than Porter.
Like I said, look, I'm gonna say.
Y'all just hear Ahmad talking about Postal.
Great.
Postal is just knocked out with
Wait. You said Porter? Porter has one of the best resumes at welter. What the fuck does that got to do with Crawford?
Listen,
Yeah,
but listen, real
he hasn't
quick.
beaten
Let me,
Porter
let
yet,
me make
though,
let me make this quick point, y'all. Let me make this quick point. I've already been on record saying that if Errol Spence beats Sean Porter, automatically he becomes the number one welterweight.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
Yeah,
Now,
because
hold on. Now, hold on.
that's
Hold
fair
on.
He
enough.
already
he's
there.
unified
Let
and
him
Porter
finish.
is
Let him
top
finish.
welter.
Black, let me ask you this.
But
Black,
hold
let me
up,
ask you
until
this.
he see Bud,
Come
it
on,
don't
man. Let
matter,
him
bro.
finish, bro.
How
No,
you
no,
the
I'm not
best?
gonna go
So
there.
we can hear
Until he
this
see
shit.
Bud.
What
I'm
you
not
mean
gonna go
until he
there.
see
No,
Bud?
no,
Until he
If he
hold up,
I'm
but
beats,
not
there's other
Bro,
champions at
this a free
147. What
for
about
all
Keith
right
Thurman?
now.
What
What
Nobody
about
can
about
hear
Keith
nobody.
Thurman?
How you the
What about
best
Keith
and never
Thurman? What
chasing?
about
Hold on,
Bud?
real time out.
How you the
Let
best
me
and you
Yeah,
don't
man.
want
You
to
gotta
fight the
mute some.
nigga?
You gotta mute some
hold on.
people, Black.
Hey, so it's kind of fiery. Let me just finish my point. So, like I said, if he beats Errol Spence, I give him that number one welterweight status. But that does not mean that he's more accomplished than Bud Crawford overall. And that doesn't mean that he just surpasses that nigga on a pound for pound.
accomplished?
Yes, nigga, come on, but
Hold up,
LTBA.
hold
Let's
up,
not
hold up,
keep
hold
it
up.
exact.
Black Horseman,
The
you ain't
nigga
there.
has done it in multiple weight classes.
Hey,
Black
Black
Okay?
Horseman.
Horse. The only thing you would have to
Come on,
argue is
man. Let the man
think you
finish,
have
bro.
to
We get some
Let
good
him
ass
answer.
talk.
Let him answer the question, battle.
Yeah,
Let him
man.
finish, man.
Damn,
Let
we
him
get some
What
good
you
finish.
got to
ass
say?
shit. I want to hear this shit, man.
Go ahead, Io. What you got?
Black
Go ahead.
Horseman, you
Go ahead.
just said, and this is why you niggas piss me off when y'all say this shit.
Okay, well, look, let me piss
No,
you
hold
off. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Black Horseman,
LTBA.
you just said this is the second welterweight that he's fighting. Nigga, you act like
Top
that's Earl
welterweight.
Spence' fault. This is the second
Nobody
welterweight, the
blaming
real
nobody, but you
welterweight.
can't give
I'm
a
not
nigga.
saying the fault, but
Who
he still
said
didn't
that,
fight
bro?
Keith Thurman, brother.
Black Horseman
There's other
said that.
champions. There's four
You
champions at
can't
147.
debate me on the facts though. This
yeah,
is
and
Listen
if
to me.
Black Horseman, is
There's
it his
four
fault
champions.
though?
if
I'm
Porter
not
if
talking about
It ain't
Spence
what it
our
is.
beats
fault, though.
Porter, he's top dog at welter. If he beats Porter,
Black
I said
Horseman,
that.
is
That's
it
what
Earl
I
Spence'
no,
fault?
and that's how I see it too. I agree with that.
Black
right. So
Horseman,
Charles,
is it Earl
hold on,
Spence' fault?
Nobody's
Huh?
saying it's his
Nah, I
fault.
never said it was
Relax.
his fault, though.
So
I never
Charles
said
D.
what I'm saying is
Charles
this.
What's
D.
up?
Hold on, real
Even
quick.
if he beats Porter, there's still Keith Thurman that he hasn't fought, and there's still
Yeah,
Errol
but that
Spence.
doesn't
I mean, that's still
mean
Bud Crawford.
Charles
I
D.
bet the
I'm
chat
just
going
saying.
crazy.
I'm just saying. If he beats Porter,
Uh-huh.
he's top dog in welter.
At what?
Yeah,
He's
that's fair enough.
unified. He's unified and got two straps. The others got one.
Right.
But you
Right,
That's
can't
it.
compare
and
the
you know what?
resume.
He
Hold on.
unified.
And
Yeah, that's
Sean
true.
Porter is a good name with a great resume, and that's a top.
Bro,
Sean's foot all the top welters
And is
except
a
Spence.
WPC champion. So he got a Errol will get mad props from me.
Yo,
For
but
that.
you can't compare the resume. One guy
I'm
cleaned
not
up
man,
2
comparing
weight
bro.
resume, though.
classes. One
Listen,
guy got all
there's
the
a difference
belts at 1 weight
between
class.
Okay.
between me saying the nigga's the number one welterweight and saying number one pound for pound.
Yeah,
Who the
I'm
number
saying
one welterweight, Black Horseman?
I'm
Right
saying
now,
Right
Spence
now,
beats Porter, he's top welter.
Who the fuck just said that shit?
I
Charles D.
said if Spence beats Porter, he's
No,
top
I'm
welter.
saying who is the top welterweight right now? I ain't
Nobody.
saying it's no
Nobody.
if.
there's
There ain't no
champions.
damn top welter.
Man, see, you see how you niggas don't want to get Earl Spence his credit, man?
Oh, come on,
Why I
stop.
gotta give?
How
Why
is that?
would I
Damn, you
I'm
say
not
niggas
giving
can't
nobody
just tell the
credit.
truth
We
and say
just
this nigga's the
gave
top
you credit, nigga.
welterweight.
We just gave your 214 nigga credit. We
No, I
said he
said
beat
if
Sean
Spence
number
beat
one.
Yo, I got a
if
question.
Spence beat Porter, then
Because we ain't
yeah,
giving it to
we
him right
gotta give
now,
him his
don't mean
props.
he ain't.
Man, is he the top welterweight or not, Black
Nah,
Horseman?
dog, there's
What do
four
you
of them.
Hey,
mean?
yo,
No,
There's
listen,
four
listen,
Earl
champions.
Crawford ain't no top fucking welterweight.
listen.
Thurman's got a
Hold up,
better resume
Oh
than
my
How was
God.
Crawford not a top welter and he got a
Nobody
strap?
want to fight
Bro,
him.
I ain't saying he ain't no top welterweight. I said he's not the number one welterweight.
I don't think
Easy
there's a
then.
number
So
one
how is
welter. I
Spence
mean,
not
Man,
the
unless
how
you're
you
number
going
one?
gonna think
basic.
He
it's the
beat
number?
Brooke.
How they
He
gonna
beat
be a
Brooke and he
number
beat
one or
Mikey
something,
Garcia.
fam?
He beat Brooke and he beat Mikey Garcia.
So if that's the
Bro, he
case, then
also
So
beat
that makes
Lamont
sense.
Peterson
so
too,
Hold
nigga.
up, hold up. Meanwhile,
Peterson is a
meanwhile,
light
hold up.
welter.
Meanwhile,
okay,
Keith
so
Thurman
if that's the case, as much as it hurts me to say this bullshit, Keith Thurman's the number one at welter then.
No, Keith Thurman is the most accomplished at
Yeah.
welter.
So
Oh,
if you
y'all,
want to go
come on,
there,
man.
My God.
Oh,
No,
come on, man.
am
He
I
was the
lying?
only
Or, hold up,
unified
look,
and he's
look,
undefeated.
hold up,
I
look.
agree with LTVA on that. That's
Hold up, Keith Thurman ain't the
problematic.
most accomplished at welterweight.
No, he is. But what I'm saying is, you saying, but why not say he's the best? Why not say he's the best?
No,
Why
but
not
Keith
say he's not
Thurman
number
was
one?
gone for 22 months, fam. He can't just come back and just get that light.
Okay, so he's been going for 22 months. But what happened before them 22 months? Who was top dog at welter?
What about Pacquiao? Why didn't Pacquiao won? What's the difference?
That's all I'm saying.
Thurman was the top dog before them.
Exactly.
Pacquiao was ducking for so long. Pacquiao was ducking too much, man.
Come on, man.
Who's the top
I got a question. ILCBA.
Right now, nobody's top welter.
Let you leave run.
ILCBA. Who your favorite trainer right now?
Who my favorite trainer? Bowman.
Yeah.
No, he ain't my favorite. He ain't my favorite. look. I don't got no look. Let me tell you this. I don't got no faith.
He's the best trainer.
I just recognize he's the best trainer in the world to me right now.
Okay.
No, but look.
But you still think Earl gonna beat him?
Hold up, look. And I'm not gonna even say the best. Look, hold up, look. Let me stop saying the best because there's other trainers out there too who got an argument. Look, hold up. My argument. Hold up, look. Man, y'all lucky. Y'all niggas lucky. I'm finna walk back and work. But look, my argument. Look, hold up, look. My argument was this right here. I was having an argument with this bitch ass nigga. Who was the best trainer out of Derrick James and Bo Mack? And I said Bo Mack was the better trainer because Derrick James had a fighter in Robert Brent who went to the 168-pound series. They lost. And Jermell Charlo just lost to Harrison. And then look, that fighter in Robert Brent left Derrick James, went to Eddie Mustafa, and Robert Brent became champion, fam. So that's why my argument, how we going to, in 2017, absolutely, Derrick James was the best trainer.
Brent never had a chance in that fight, though. Brent,
stop it, bro. Stop it. Let's stop doing that, fam. Every fighter got a chance, fam. Look, nigga, but that's what I'm saying. And that's why I say this Derrick James, that's why I say this is a big moment for him. Because we all know Derrick great. I mean, we all know Earl great. We know that. So Derrick, how good of a trainer is you? We finna see, because I guarantee y'all that Tony Harrison is gonna wash Jermell Charlo in this fight. When they
I don't know about watching, but I don't know about watching.
I don't know about that. I don't know. But I got Charlo winning the first one, and I got Charlo winning the rematch.
You tripping, bro?
You
gonna watch Jermell tonight?
Tony beat him again, and there's no excuse.
No, he gonna watch. Look at this one. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Oh man, I got to go back to fucking. But look, Tony Harrison, right? That first fight, y'all, he boxed him. And he had a beautiful fight Tony Harrison put on. And you got to understand the reason why he boxed him the entire fight, because he didn't really want to take no chances after, that first fight he had with Jared Hurd. Then he overextended himself and stuff like that. So he wanted to put on a beautiful boxing performance and also not take no chances of getting knocked out, because as we know, Jermell Charlo got so-called power. I don't really think he got power. But
he got it. He got it, bro.
No, look, but that's what everybody say. But in this fight, Tony, y'all seen how beautiful Tony Harrison did in that last fight.
Yeah, that jab was eating him up. That jab was eating him up.
He know what he could do now. He know what he could do. You heard what Tony Harrison said. I see 1-2 punches in my gym like this all the time. Ain't no 1-2 puncher gonna beat me. Y'all better stop playing.
He can't knock him out. He on that bullshit again. I like Tony Harrison, but Charlo can punch. That left hook is beautiful.
Say, bro,
got a good right hand.
Say, bro, can he really punch?
Let's
look at this.
Jermell bro, I'm telling you now. Look, don't question. Harrison survived that shit by the skin of his teeth. And I agree, he won. I picked him to win. I told him to watch out. But hey, don't question it, bro. Jermell Charlo is a monster.
Hold up. Who is that? Who is that?
Low place.
That's low place.
Okay.
Lost IOTB point for that.
See, y'all got me doing this. I ain't trying to do this, but if y'all want me to say the facts, I'm gonna say the facts. Look, let's look at who Jermell Charlo fight with, since y'all talking about all his power. He fought a relatively unknown in Charles Hadley and knocked him out. He's supposed to do that. Charles Hadley was a nobody, respectfully. Then he fought a guy in Eric Lubin who was really green. Come on. Look, he got that punch, but look, come on now. Let's be.
He can hit.
Charlo competition is.
He didn't do that.
Lubin wasn't ready.
He looked horrible versus Trout.
Way better than Earl's.
That man can hit, bro. Look, Derrick James can train the aggressive fighters. Charlo did a good job in that fight. Tony Harrison just a good fighter, and somebody got to lose. And he lost. I think we overblowing it. He almost knocked him the fuck out.
When you think Harrison won that fight, man, I thought that was a kind of a robbery.
Hey, IOTBA, AOBZ said you better go back to work before you get fired, bro.
But look though, I mean, why is you talking about he got robbed? What was your eyes looking at?
I thought Charlo won the fight, man. That's why.
You thought Charlo won the fight?
Yeah.
Man, I had Harrison up by 2 rounds.
Yeah, he got out jabbed viciously. He got out jabbed in a bad way.
Even low plays.
Charlo, he got hit with one of the best jabs in boxing. Tony Harrison got one of the best jabs in boxing after that fight. That's all you can say. And
hey,
respect that shit.
Boxing Monster says Harrison keeping Sophia, man.
Sophia.
He keeping her.
I don't know if he's keeping her, but he got her for right now.
He said she's staying with me to this day.
What about Waldo? What about Waldo?
I love them kind of fights though. I call 154 the Negro League. Boy, all the black fighters come together and get it in, man.
Shout out to
when Errol Spence gonna go up to the Negro Leagues though.
Hey, let's see it. I challenge Errol Spence to go up today. I don't care. Forget what
day.
Go up.
Herb told him last year that I'll put my belts on the line.
Look,
I'll put all my belts on the line.
Hey, look, I got 2 more minutes. Hold up. And look, Charlo going in there with the wrong game plan anyway. You feel me?
Yeah, he think he won already.
Look, Black Horseman, give yourself a big old hand clap for that, sir.
You know what I'm
I think Charlo going into the fight. Charlo gonna go in with the same damn game plan. He's gonna try to knock him out.
Can I say something about Jermell Charlo? Jermell Charlo ain't talking that A-side shit. He ain't
Nigga, stop, Julie. You done.
He can't talk that shit because he ain't got the title.
Got shit, bro.
He want all the smoke with everybody, even though I think Herb gonna stop him.
He wants smoke. He wants smoke with Jared Hurd's leftovers, nigga.
Shout out to Charlo.
He got to get past Jared Hurd's leftovers. Let's stop. Get your belt back.
Tony Harrison more than leftovers. So why y'all doing him like that? That boy,
Tony Harrison was beating him,
Stewart Manuel Stewart, Crunk Jim talk, man. That
I'm
boy
not trying to spit on him, but I'm just telling you the facts, man. This is a Jared Hurd leftover, fam.
I mean, Jared a bad motherfucker though, man. Jared a good guy to lose. If you're gonna lose to somebody, make it Jared Hurd these days.
But look, low place.
Say, bro, y'all
did Jamel not struggle?
Y'all better put some respect on his name. Say, look.
I respect the nigga. He the WBC, man.
Look, Charlo ain't. Look, I'm telling you, fam. Man, Tony Harrison ain't giving his belt up, fam. Look, and Jermell Charlo ain't got the right mind frame going back into this fight. He think he won, fam.
This nigga out here wearing anklets and shit. He done.
Look at this Black Horse.
Yeah, you told me that shit hurt my heart. This nigga wearing.
Say, but look, y'all got Instagram. Y'all seen Jermell Charlo? He was
Anklets
always
incorporated.
As soon as this dude lost, it was like, where did he go, George? Where did he go?
Yeah, that nigga's done.
Hey, Charlo just be the case, man. He might be hungrier than ever. I'm just hoping we see a great Negro League class,
great. Hey, I'll tell you like this: don't put your money on Jamel, man. I'm just saying, don't do it.
I think Jamel, brothers, look, I'm gonna say like this: Jamel gonna have to make some
watch
changes.
as a boxing fan. Just be a boxing fan. Don't make no bets.
Jamel gotta make some changes. Not he gonna keep running into. He gonna lose again, man.
Hold up. Shout out to the UGC. Shout out to Low Place, Charles D. Ahmed, and my main man, Black Horseman, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep on supporting my dog, Black Horseman channel.
All right, man. Peace.
Y'all know how we rock it. Yeah, that way.
All day, man. Shout out to LTBA Boxer Talk. Make sure y'all sub to him, bro. You know what I mean? Huge Errol Smith supporter, but that nigga come through, man, and that nigga know how to debate his ass off.
I like how we transition to the fight that's going on instead of away from things we ain't getting. Cause hey, man, when I hear about Harrison and Charlo too, boy, I start smiling and shit, man. I watched that fight again 2 days ago, but Battle still on here. Shit, I was sending battle clips from that motherfucker. I was like, "What you talking about? Jamel came. What you talking about? Jamel ain't this, ain't that shit? That fight right there, bro. That should be pay-per-view, but we don't support the fighters the way.
I don't know about pay-per-view.
Man, the level they own is no different than Spence and Crawford. It's no.
So
different.
are they on a higher level than Hurd? Are they on a higher level than Hurd?
No. Hurd is right there. Hurd can lose to either one of these dudes, but the thing is, you know what I'm saying?
I thought Hurd was losing to motherfucking Harrison to fucking gas.
That's true. Yeah, Harrison was.
I thought Hurd was losing to Harrison until he gassed out.
He was.
Yeah, it was close.
Man, I love
Harrison gas.
I love what we getting. 154.
But look, you out
keeping me in it.
Yo, look, you out your mind if you pay-per-view fight, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he said you tripping on that.
Yo, what about the fight? Are you talking about my mind of what?
If that's a pay-per-view fight, nah.
No, I'm just saying the level of
you talking about the quality and shit?
Yeah, the quality is just like this one. It might be the best fight of the year. It might be one of the best of the year.
Yo, you think Williams got a chance with Hood or not?
Hell yeah, he do. Hell yeah, he do.
Hey, you know what? I like, man, that face off, that told me something. I'm like, this nigga ain't scared of her, bro. He gonna come in there.
Hell no, J-Rock ain't scared.
J-Rock ain't scared of that nigga at all, bro.
I can't stand what Philly niggas say Philly all day, but
J-Rock gonna have to.
He gonna make him do the Harlem Shake in there, bro. Right.
J-Rock gonna have to sit in that nigga chest.
Yep. Yep, and it's gonna be beautiful, man. The Negro League stay putting on
You think
class.
he need to be in his chest?
You tell me one
man. He
Negro
need to
League
be.
fight.
I think he need to be close to her.
Yeah.
You cannot give her no space.
He needs to switch it up. I agree
He
with
need
you.
to be in that motherfucker's chest.
Who do y'all think is a better boxer? Tony Harrison or Julian J-Rock?
Harrison.
You said J-Rock?
Yep.
I said Harrison.
I like his insight. His insight game is better.
Oh man, Harrison better than every boxer I know. If he could have,
if Herb listen, so if Herb was able to deal with Harrison, y'all don't think he gonna be able to deal with J-Rock?
But J-Rock,
that's why I said J-Rock need to be. That's why I said J-Rock need to be in his chest.
Yeah,
that's why I said J-Rock need to be close.
So you think he watching footage of that Harrison fight? Possibly. They kind of got the same, you know what I mean? Height and build.
Look what happened. Okay.
J-Rock,
look what happened with
last time J-Rock tried to get close. You saw
her fought Laura. Laura had success in close. J-Rock a better inside fighter.
I said the last time
J-Rock
tried to get close, you saw what Jamal did to him. So I don't know about that close.
He really wasn't close. He was throwing a straight right hand. He was
trying to exchange. He was trying to exchange.
And he got hit with an uppercut. That was pretty close. That uppercut was pretty close.
Yeah, he need to get in that chest and work them body shots. I see what homeboy's saying, man. He ain't lying to you. He need to switch it in and up and he need to make hers shorten his punches and catch him on the elbow and let it in.
Yeah, man. You let fucking her extend on you. That's when he starts switching up the speed on you. Be like, touch, power, and then you like out of there.
Yeah, that nigga's a beast, bro. Her's a beast. Hey, but I'm gonna ask y'all, what Negro League fight y'all done seen that ain't lived up and ain't. I'm telling you, they be getting it in. The only one that ain't been good is Charlo versus Trout, the second brother. Jamel versus Austin. The rest of them Negro League fight, them shit's been classic.
I thought Hayden Trout was a really good fight, man. Hayden Trout.
Hell yeah, I'm telling you that.
I think Layra and Hurd was the best fight I've seen at 154 in a long time.
That was a class one.
Layra and Hurd.
Charlo Trout was a classic. The Jamal and J-Rock, man, they be getting it in, bro. People don't be giving them boys no love, man. I be like, bro, y'all hyping these dudes fighting. Who they fight?
I got a question for Black Seas. Black Seas, where you from? Black Seas, you from Philly?
I'm originally from Southern California, but I lived in the South in
LA,
Louisiana, and in
okay. So
from LA, bro.
Yes, so Dina.
Oh, okay, I'm from LA, bro. Shout out to you.
Right, cool.
Definitely. So you got a channel?
Yeah, but this isn't it. This is just like one of my other channels because the pack tars that did me dirty back in the day.
So you let them niggas run you out, bro?
Okay. Well, they was just flagging my shit, and I couldn't get any. I couldn't get paid off of nothing no more. So that was like back in the day, though, nigga. That was like in 09, 2010. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah, put your joint in that. Put your joint on the put your joint in the chat though. I have to subscribe to you.
Yeah, like leave a comment.
Hamed too. You got a channel?
Yeah, I got it. I'm kind of.
Put your joint in the link.
Just be trolling over there, man.
Yo, it's only once.
Over there trolling people.
Nah,
this nigga battle like a fly. He just land on shit. Like he just land on niggas live stream. You know.
That's the only guy.
Battle.
Just land
That's a battle. Battle nice though.
Just land.
I was trolling the BFTV guy. Yeah,
say just land on shit.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. AOBZ said Laura wasn't scared. He got his ass beat same way. Hamed said,
that fight was that fight was a good fight.
Taking losses too tight, bro.
He talking about the Laura Hurd fight. That was a good ass fight.
Why people didn't get his ass beat? He didn't.
Laura didn't get his ass beat. He was in the fight.
All three referees Layra up. All three referees had all three judges had Layra up. Like,
the knockdown was the problem.
The knockdown is what won it. Yeah.
I personally had Hurd up even before the knockdown, but I can't say Lara just was in that bitch taking ill. That's the best fight of his career. That's the greatest fight Lara ever been in. So.
And when they asked that nigga about the rematch, he said no.
He said my arm hurt. That's what he said. My arms hurt, bro.
You want any smoke, old man?
Hey, truth be told, I'm gonna give y'all some insight on that. Lara took the big A side purse, right? They had it to where they would have had a rematch had they both took the same money, but Lara's like, nah, I'm his favorite thinking he gonna beat the dude. So he got the higher person. He didn't have no rematch clause after that. So I don't blame her. It's like I took the short money, you took the purse. unless you come back to me taking the short end, I don't know if I'm giving you no part 2. But that's how it works. Business be like that. You got to make the right move, and if you don't, you better hope you win that fight so you can buy your shit.
But didn't the sanctioning bodies, didn't they make that rematch a mandatory? Didn't they mandate a rematch?
They tried, but it didn't go through.
But Heard didn't want the rematch. That's what it was.
So, but I don't blame him. It's like I beat the champion.
I don't think
he shouldn't have been obligated. They should have no rule in there said that I won the fight. It wasn't no 117.
How you gonna say he clearly won the fight?
No, he clearly won. No. Let me make sense of it. It wasn't no 117, 111. Like they was literally close cards, and the judges said we had to pick somebody. He rightfully won.
Yeah, he clearly won. I thought a close fight.
Yeah, he rightfully won. So the WBA should come in. WBA shouldn't be able to come in and talk about, you got to fight the ex-champion again. No, I get to move on with my career. Y'all don't have that in y'all laws.
Y'all how many belts? You're not a fan of rematches and close fights, no place.
I'm a fan of it, but if Lara made that decision and if the WBA tried to come in and do something they wouldn't do to other champions, then it's not fair to him. That's all I'm saying. If they fought again, I wouldn't complain.
IBF, IBO, and is it the WBA in there?
Hey, real quick, man, before we shut it down, AOBZ says, have you guys discussed Ortiz's manager exposing the truth about the offer?
Good question.
Didn't hear it.
I ain't even paid attention to it.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear anything. All I heard was they were renegotiating, and that's the last thing I heard.
But the news today, matter of fact, shout out to Lawrence earlier in the chat. He actually came in and dropped some gems on that shit. Let me find it real quick. But yeah, man, a lot of people were trying to act like they didn't get an offer. And according to the link that Lawrence, matter of fact, let me go on this other Google Hangout.
So is this about to be bad for Ortiz, or is this bad for Hearn? And Hearn was lying.
Nah, bro. Nah, Ortiz can't lying, bro.
Oh.
Tell you, man, it's the PBC Protection Committee.
But come on, if you was 40 though, would you want to fight AJ? And I know he talk a lot of shit, but let's
said he'd take the fight for $5.
Nah, fuck all that. Forget the talking, because people talk. People talk. I'll tell you right now, I'll slap Mike Tyson for $100. I could talk right now.
Stupid,
for $100.
But I'm asking you. But I'm asking you. I'm just saying. I'm asking you at 40. After that beating,
let's see. So according,
man, that dude ain't taking that fight, man. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't fight.
According to Michael Benson, he tweeted, Luis Ortiz's manager Jay Jimenez has now admitted it's their fault the Anthony Joshua fight isn't happening. He and Ortiz wanted to take the $5 million offer, but negotiations are being led by their promoter who dropped the ball and thought he could give more. And then they think they tagged the boxing voice in this shit. So yeah, a lot of people was just like one of the homies just like, well, how's Cali going to explain this? Because I heard, Cali been trying to get some shit about, having the, the exclusive speed dial Ortiz info and shit. So, hey, it is what it is.
So does Ortiz even speak English? No.
Basically, bro. Like, that's just ridiculous, man. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Because, I mean, we haven't had you on the panel.
Who's his actual promoter? Is it the PBC or the Bella? Luis Ortiz?
Not the Bella, I don't think.
That's a good thing. No, it was a funny promotional name.
Some guy from Miami.
I never seen this crazy shit. I was like, who the fuck? Al Heyman using who is this? It was some weird.
I don't give a fuck. So if that $5 million offer is true and 3 straps,
yeah,
should have took that shit.
Let's see here. It says
Menez Promotions or some shit. I was looking at this crazy.
These promotion.
Nice. So right now, Andy Ruiz is the favorite to land the fight, and then Trevor Bryant is still in the hunt. I don't even know
the promotion is Dade Promotions. Jorge Comante.
Who the hell is that?
He owns the
We're gonna pray for Ortiz, man.
They said something
that nigga's the manager / interpreter.
But they're gonna put him back in there wild and sleep his ass for $500,000. He's too old now.
He passed on $5 million.
Yeah, he too old
now.
That
nigga right back to Cuba.
His daughter needs to stab this nigga.
But if you be real, Cubans ain't really never made the right business decisions. They always had hard times in the sport of boxing.
I agree with that.
What you mean, like business decisions? I think they just get messed over on the cards most of the time. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying, Lara about the only one that made sense of what he was doing, and it's like Rigo. A lot of these guys.
Was Lara making good money?
Them niggas probably said a typo to
Yeah, he
Ortiz.
caught
That
a
shit
million
probably
in
was
that.
supposed to say 5 million. That shit probably said 500,000. That nigga Ortiz,
I thought
that nigga
Solis
Ortiz
was
probably
more
punching
skilled.
everybody in their face right now. You turn down $5 million. I bet you that nigga English is
He's swinging on niggas like
perfect
Tyson
right
did.
now. Hell yeah, that nigga English working perfectly fine right now. You turned down $5 million.
But come on, think about it. Anthony Joshua done knocked out 2 40-year-olds already. I don't want to see that no more, man.
Yeah,
The
but
third
them
one
niggas
might
Yeah,
go
but
to
he almost
sleep. The third one might not wake up, man.
He almost
Third one
lost
might
to the
not wake up.
40-year-old. The 40-year-old put him on his ass, almost had him up
So,
out of there.
I hear you, but then that 40-year-old got knocked out and ducked the rematch smartly. You know what I mean? I'm tired of seeing the brother fight 40-year-olds, man. Look at Adonis Stevenson. Come on, man.
But listen, Lopez, you're talking about a
Adonis
replacement.
did that to himself, man.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He was holding that damn belt hostage. That nigga did not want to fight
he didn't. He
Kovalev.
didn't do that. Luis Ortiz ain't fighting no better competition, though. Is what you're not understanding. He's been on layoffs himself, and Luis
Yeah,
Ortiz
but
is
people,
now
you can't make people fight though. People didn't want to fight Ortiz.
Adonis had the same if you know the Adonis story, you know he had
Adonis didn't have the same problem. Kovalev wanted to whoop his ass, and that nigga did not want to fight.
You know, 3 mandatories were removed by the WBC because they would not take bids. If you don't know this, then I can't talk about you with it because we're gonna have to take up a show that ain't about this. Just trust me that I ain't lying to you. They turned down mandatory positions to fight Adonis Stevenson. So yes, if you feel like Ortiz is ducked, Adonis is being ducked by mandatories. But Ortiz, but the situation with Ortiz is now it is, bro. He is getting beat up by people he shouldn't be getting beat up by. I don't
that last fight was a struggle.
That man might die.
All those places coming back, man.
He might die, my bro. He might
die.
Here you go.
Listen, he talking all that shit. Let him get his ass in there, and if it happens, it happens.
Angel Santos
if it happens, it happens. Don't let that man get hurt, bro. I don't want to see that shit, man. Get some young boys in there. Even if you got bro. That man
ain't nobody said shit when Wilder knocked that nigga.
Right.
Nigga, Wilder had that nigga doing the bachata. Ain't nobody say shit about his health.
Wilder fought him. This is a great fight, but now he about to fight Joshua.
And Wilder made that nigga. Wilder made that nigga do the salsa.
Then you see his last fight, man. You don't get no better after 40 like that, man. Come on, man. Come on.
That's why I said it's the best time for AJ to jump on him.
Exactly. He's slipping.
It's the best time for AJ to jump on his ass.
Why y'all want to see the man get hurt?
Because everybody kept saying they kept saying AJ's ducking.
But why he gotta get hurt? Because everybody else words, man. Forget them. You know what I'm saying? Come on,
the homies
you gotta listen. You got a chance of getting hurt, Eddie. You got a chance of getting hurt while you sparring. So why not get paid for it?
Look, man, I think Ortiz should wake up. These niggas is that last fight is telling him.
Okay, so you saying Ortiz should retire?
Though,
you need to hang him up.
Who else do you want him to fight?
I know he might not be having other ways to make the money, but at this point, man, you got money, you got a daughter, you got a little health left. Do your thing. I will walk away, bro.
So who you rather see him fight? Andy Ruiz?
Who you want him in there with?
Bro, Andy Ruiz is at least a young man that ain't took that kind of punishment. So yeah, I go that route.
But what if he knock him out?
Andy Ruiz
career up with one punch?
He's out depending on the way the dude was doing him the last fight. That shit ain't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't.
Okay, so what if Ruiz going there? He young as hell, get knocked out, get put in a coma, something bad happen, God forbid. Then what happens to the young man?
But it's possible, but damn, we gonna do this to ourselves 2 times in a row. 40-year-old, we ain't gonna wake up and smell it like, dude. Nah, man, I'm gonna smell it. I smell it. Nah, bro, I'm good.
I smell it.
I smell it.
Let's see, real quick. Let's see. Overhand says Luis Ortiz manager Jay Jimenez now admitted it. Okay. Angel Santos says unless you George Foreman. AOBC says, okay, scroll up, somebody posted the link. Yeah, man. So that it's crazy. That's crazy.
Man,
this is a lesson.
business.
And like, man, shout out to everybody got their media platforms, on YouTube and things like that. Look, man, I've gotten interviews with professionals, okay? But I don't never act like, nigga, I'm a credible source and I know everything that's going on a particular side of the street, they camp and all of that, just to get, attention and views and shit. Because you're going to get exposed eventually. If you don't know really what's up, don't use that shit for clout or don't use that shit just for viewership to defend somebody, man, because some niggas is out here trying to defend, certain fighters and shit and to try to make themselves look like they an important source or whatever. And then another real bigger source, legitimate source.
Like they got the exclusive and shit.
Yeah, like y'all niggas stop fronting out here, acting like y'all got exclusive, information on niggas and you really don't. You know, just because you get one interview don't mean, nigga, that you just a credible source. Like you hang out with these niggas.
That's
like
true.
y'all go out and eat and shit. And y'all, you know, you got all of this exclusive information. Like, stop it, man. Stop it. Because when you get exposed, now niggas gonna stop coming to you and like they're gonna realize like, well, you can't be trusted with your sources, nigga. You know what I mean? So
What did Enigma?
I don't know. Apparently he was you know,
he called that nigga the enema.
the enema.
Damn, Brad.
I mean, hey, I don't watch this nigga shit. Matter of fact, I seen somebody else who did a video shitting on him for what he said, talking about there was no offer,
exactly,
there
the
was no
enema.
offer and all of this shit. And I'm like,
okay. Did he really say that shit, dude?
He said there was never been no offer, this, that, and the other. And then now really this information is coming out to totally counter what that nigga
said. And then the nigga black, and then the black follows that shit up saying, yeah, and then niggas is shitting on him like, yep, that's the perfect name, enema. That's what it make you do.
I'm fucked up, bro. That's the fucked up. Yo, who said enema though? Who said this shit?
This nigga H.
It was Hamed. Hamed couldn't pronounce the shit. He was like, he can't say enema.
I said enigma. I just said.
Well, come on though. When you get that first interview though, I had a professional source in Canada, and I kept her quiet till she told me I could say who she was. She didn't mind. But it do make you feel like, you know what I'm saying, your shit paying off, but I, you know, maybe got a little pumped up too.
Some niggas allow that ego to get like I remember interviewing Robert Easter and all that shit. That don't mean nothing. Like that don't mean I know the nigga and I can speak on behalf of this nigga's camp and shit. Like, y'all calm down, man.
Get a nigga called tonight.
I just talked to the nigga last night. He told me.
Nah, we had a slice of pizza. We had a slice of pizza.
We just had dinner, so you know.
We had dinner over the phone.
Y'all niggas gotta stop that shit, man, because you're gonna get your car pulled. Yeah.
Black, can I say something? I got credible sources. I've been chasing you with this work,
shit.
so we gonna get it in soon.
You say you what? You got credible sources about what?
He said he gonna whoop your ass in this next debate. Stop bullshitting.
Stop bullshitting with yourself, man. You would never win a debate with me.
He said he gonna whoop your ass with the cowboy boots and the spurs on. Nigga.
Yo, I have a question.
You saw how quick he muted when he said that? Right away.
I got a question. I got a question for the homies on the panel, man. Like,
all right.
Like between Bud and Spence, who's the hardest puncher?
Oh shit.
With Vada or without Vada? With or without
here we go. Here we go.
With or without what?
With or without
Vada, man. You know Black be on his Vada and not shit.
I forgot Spence don't fuck with Vada. With Vada.
But is Bud doing Vada?
Hell yeah, he's been enrolled. Since nigga 135, 140, nigga 135, 140.
Why is he enrolled in the program when he can't fight for the? You think he's still in it now that he's not in the ranking?
He used to be undisputed. Why would he jump out of the clean boxing program?
Yeah, I mean, but if you ain't in the ranking, it's like well, they should be ranking. They need to rank him in. That's my issue. They need to rank.
He's already WBO champion.
So what's the answer? What's the answer, cuz?
Clean power. I probably gotta go Bud, man. I gotta go Bud.
I'm gonna say Spence because I don't know. I'm gonna just go with Spence because he's the bigger guy.
I'll go with Bud, man. If you can't stop,
I'll go Arrow. I'll go Arrow with USADA, and I'll go Bud with Vada.
Oh, shut up!
I go. Look, I ain't gonna base it on drug testing because I don't know yet. I'll be speculating.
Hey
but,
man, Vada made
the only one at 47 have been sleep. That been.
You got Black with the USADA Vada. You got Trav with the nipples. This nigga know the nipples.
Nah, I ain't talking
difference
about
between USADA and Vada and shit.
That's extra.
But had to do with sleep. What was it? Bundu do sleep, man. That should. I mean,
that wasn't Bud who slept. Bundu, that was Spence.
What's your answer?
I would say because of Bundu was sleep, I gotta go Bud until.
I
gotta go. I gotta go.
Hey man, it's hard.
Hey, but nobody. Sleeping is an issue, bro. When you go to sleep, you got hit with some shit.
Hey, but hold
up, and Thurman couldn't get him out of there, and Bundu don't go. You name somebody who put him out like
that. Though, man, it's sources out there to prove
that ain't no style. That was power.
Sources out there to prove that he was not tested for Bundu in Algeria. I'm just saying. Fun fact for y'all niggas. If you disagree,
okay, dropped the bomb in here just now.
I'm not trying to take away from his wins. He got the victory, but I'm just saying he was not tested.
Well, we're saying
Vada or not. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna get you a T-shirt, man. I'm gonna send you one.
I ain't gonna go there until you fail the test or reject the test.
You can't fail some shit that ain't random all year round.
Yeah, but you gotta reject the fella though. Pacquiao threw the red flag. He started rejecting shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Spence ain't never rejected one.
And then start hitting you with bullshit excuses.
Remember he did.
I don't like needles, but this nigga tatted up.
And them niggas had a gold.
Yeah, tatted up.
Kell Brook.
He tatted up like a motherfucker.
Avid about it. Kell Brook, hey, he's not getting shit. Bring him on. He told Kell Brook, bring their hands on.
Hey, but low place. Why is Errol the only welterweight champion that is not enrolled in Vada though? Can you explain that?
I don't know. They all been WBC champions. He never been in.
No, that's not true. But he's been dropped out of rankings because he didn't want to enroll in the clean boxing program.
But that don't mean anything. That don't mean anything because AJ was ranked in the WBC and he pulled out of that shit.
Yes, he's on the radar.
AJ got the same situation.
No. When Spence fought for the IBF, and that's when they took him out. He fought for the IBF belt.
That nigga, he didn't. Okay, that's another video.
but if he dug a test, he ain't dug the test yet. He did Vada twice.
The whole program. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, but when he fought Mikey, he ain't come up. He ain't come up dirty fighting Mikey though.
Yeah, and he sure didn't come up with the 12-pack either.
He was ripped. Okay. He was ripped though. He was ripped.
Nigga, stop. He
wasn't as ripped as he wasn't as ripped as you would have wanted him to be, but he was still in shape.
But then again, think about the game plan. Mikey want to move and
y'all niggas this when I did the split screen.
Yo, who's the better boxer? Pure boxer of the two.
Oh, here go Trav with that nipple shit.
The bigger the nipple, the bigger the power.
Yeah, that's some crazy.
Oh my!
I know some big city bitches. Yeah, definitely. The bigger nipple, the bigger power.
This nigga Trav over here watching Areolas.
All right, let me stop.
Didn't he come in heavy for Brook and then light for Mikey? It's just the game plans, you know. Mikey want to move around.
Yeah, he did come in light for Mikey. He came in. What he came in at 145.
One of y'all said he was super ripped. Whoever said that, I don't know.
Not for the Mikey fight,
though, man. They all are when they hit them weigh-ins, bro. They cut up. They ready to go.
Shit, Mikey ain't never cut up.
For the most part, the black fighters. For the most part.
Man, Mikey looked like he walked off the street, man. The homie was not looking like he was working out, man.
But that's how Mikey always show up. When he fought AB, the nigga looked like he ain't give a shit.
And then to add to that, you talking about like, you know what I mean? This nigga had the gut and everything. We didn't see niggas with six-pack get stopped to the body from Errol. But Vada getting added in the shit. And
Mikey was catching them shit, man. Mikey was taking it. He was catching, bro. He was catching. He was doing a good job.
He caught over 300 punches. That's what he caught.
Mikey fought a 12-round ass whooping.
He took an ass whooping, but
he only threw like 70 punches the whole fight. Like he only threw 70 punches, man.
Right. We talking about a nigga who wasn't really throwing back. It was really a punching bag, really.
I don't think if he fights the same way, he fights the same way. You know who the only welterweight I really think could stop Mikey Garcia if he would fight that way? Sean Porter. And he ain't gonna do it by way of punches. He gonna be like, yo, this nigga got me cut with the head. I don't think Keith Thurman. I don't think Crawford. He won't give him nothing to open up on. So I mean, that's just how it is. He did a good job of being a pussy.
Who Mikey?
Yeah, he did a good job being a pussy.
Man. Hey, he jumped in the ring with him. He didn't want to make the fight.
Yeah, but come on, man.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything with it.
He did a good job of surviving. You can say that. But
yeah, he did a good job at getting a bag.
You said a good job of getting a bag.
Broner, he went Broner. He was there. He the Mexican Broner out here, man.
Shit, that's rough, bro. That's rough.
Jailed up.
I would hate, nigga. I'll be ready to scrap, nigga. Tell, but nigga, you on a Broner level.
Yeah, you call me Broner.
And then again, that's an insult because when Broner was in there with Maidana after he jumped up, Broner was in there trying to fight his ass back to the fight. Mikey ass in there pumping his damn fist. That's an insult to Broner. Mikey pumping his fist when he clearly got the foot in the round.
Damn. That nigga said
he not doing invisible dick beats and shit. What are you doing, nigga? Put your fucking head down.
Hey, so speaking of Madonna though, man, you know Madonna just gave up. He like, fuck me.
Yeah, that nigga. I saw that last workout.
Got me fucked up.
And that last. That nigga said, "Fuck it."
Argentina. What he say? I'm going back to Argentina, my friend.
That nigga said, "Fuck it."
That nigga got tired of crawling up them damn steps.
That nigga just. That nigga spit at his trainer. I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time for this shit.
What was who the dude? Reason vamos. Fuck off. Vamos home, motherfucker. That's what I'm finna do.
He eating steak right now. He eating all kind of shit right now.
Vamos.
That nigga trying to get that weight back.
Yeah, he gonna be big in like 2 weeks. He probably got down to maybe about 180, maybe. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Damn, that's it.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna come back over.
I mean, if he had took the shit that Billy Joe was taking, he probably would have been there already.
That's what he should have been doing. He should have been juicing right now.
He should have took the shit Miller was on. Nigga, get that fat burner.
He should have been on some dope right now.
Eating them Canelo tacos, all that shit.
Yeah, he should have got on that Miller diet. Damn.
Miller/Canelo, nigga, get that weight off him.
The Miller
and he ain't doing no Vada right now. Like you ain't doing no shit right now. Go get dirty real quick.
Vada or not, a nigga. He said he ain't doing Vada right now. He should be on.
You know what I'm saying? Let it get you in shape for then when you get in shape, just say I'm done with that shit. I'm gonna do it. Like there you go. We would have forgave that. We probably would have forgave that shit. Like man, he took 3 years off. Let him do 60-day sample. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the nigga something to motivate him. Then taper off of it. We wouldn't have said shit.
That nigga would have came to the ring looking like a fucking action figure. Nigga, eyebrows raised across the fucking country. Like, what the fuck is this nigga on?
Yeah, for real. This nigga probably would leave training camp passing up Carl's Juniors and shit. Like, oh man, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit.
You see this? You see my body right now?
What he did? He could have fought nobody on the dope. Nobody would have said shit. Then after that, got into the real ones. Like, all right, he back.
Hey, so who was he going?
He needed some steroids. Maidana needed some PEDs. I wish he would have got him, man. I'm gonna miss him, dog. I wanted to see the nigga come back, man.
Who the fuck was he gonna fight at 54 that wasn't gonna whoop his ass?
You can bring somebody up and wait. No, I'm saying once you got him to 54, then go ahead. Like he motivated, take that extra shit out.
That nigga Black said he was 180. God damn, all that working out, he couldn't shed no weight.
And that was a success right there. He got to 180, bro. He was up there, man.
And then when you that fat, you still got so much more. You get, man, he could definitely make 47 with all that fat on him. He could easily make that shit. Easily.
How?
Trust me, I know, bro. Trust me. I've been there before.
If Herb can make 54 from 190, y'all don't think this nigga can make 47 from 180?
They could have.
That's different metabolism.
He gonna probably be a dead man when he get to the fight, but shit.
Man, trust me, I done win like 40 pounds. That ain't shit. I done that. That ain't nothing. Especially if you already fat. Now, if he was ripped already, no, not a thing.
Man,
well, you should have hit him up, nigga. Like, bro, I got you.
He gonna be a regimen.
Trainers in the world. That nigga was like, fuck throwing this ball at these steps. I'm tired of running when you say run. Man, they had him doing too much, man. Should have took a little lighter on him.
Yeah.
Hey, man. He broke. You try to get that money.
Eat, sleep, shit. Don't gotta work hard to lose weight. Eat, sleep, shit. Give him a video game here and there. Tell him go take a damn nap. Give him some water. He could have did what 20% less and still came back by the beginning of next year. He been all right, but they did too damn much.
Man, they tried to.
When you eat like a king, man, you know, you don't want to be eating like a king, then you got to eat like a damn Buddhist and shit. Like that shit is.
You shocked the shit out of his body.
Yeah, that's you know, that's rough, man.
Yeah, I would have boiled him some potatoes and put some salt on it. And nigga, this is what you taste. That season be good to it. He'd be all right and still be losing weight. Just drink a lot of water and piss that salt out, man. They did too much, man.
That nigga from Argentina, you think he gonna just survive off of the fucking potatoes? That nigga gonna lose his mind. He
gonna have to, man. He needed that check.
He ain't disciplined enough. That nigga, fuck this. I'm going back to chicken steak.
Sad, bro. He could have made 47. He could have made that shit easy.
Niggas love flavor though, low place. Niggas
man, I'm saying, when I be dieting, some days I can eat two cans of potatoes, and I be straight.
That's discipline though, bro.
Whole lot of water. That. My nigga quit. But when you working out like that, they let you eat anyway, because the harder you work, shit, you gonna need to put something in.
You burning it off.
Yeah. So that nigga really ain't got no excuse. That nigga's tripping, bro. I would have been dirty. My piss would have been dirtier than damn rainwater, boy. I ain't lying, boy. My shit would.
What's going on, everybody?
What up?
What's up?
Yeah, we was just about to get off. What's up, man? What's your thoughts?
Oh, y'all ready to get off? Oh, all right, my bad. I just
Uh-oh.
now seen y'all was live though, man.
That's the Mikey Garcia picker right here. Huh?
Oh, that's Team Lightskin right there.
Oh man, here we go, man.
My man turned Mikey to the Mexican Broner, boy.
Oh,
Damn.
man, damn. Yo, yeah, I picked Mikey, man. It is what it is. But yeah, man, Marcus Madonna, man. I think he might have had some money put away, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why he ain't really, he ain't really as hungry as he was. You know what I mean? I mean, shit, it's hard to get out of, silk sheets every day and, living, the best life out there in Argentina, which $1 could go further than $1 out here, or 10,000 or what he got millions, so millions can go a lot further out there in Argentina than they can out here. And I just think, maybe he was, I guess he was smart enough with his money. He must not be that hungry to not come back. That's what I'm saying. So, that's my take on it. You know what I mean?
That training camp whooped his ass.
If he was flat broke, he would have came back for sure, like they all do.
Fighting that heavyweight.
Yeah, dude was huge, man. Dude was at least about, what they say he was 215, 200.
Damn, he was over 2?
I don't know what happened with his brother. Fabian was nice. I heard he took a loss though or something like that.
Oh shit, I did hear about him. Wasn't he with Robert Garcia?
Yeah,
right?
he took a loss on Marcos Maidana card. He was on Marcos' card. Got his ass whooped in Argentina. Dude in the chat.
You know who nice?
You said in Argentina?
Yeah. Yeah, he fought in Argentina. Hey, dude in the chat said, I never heard of potatoes in a can. You never heard of canned goods, bro? What you mean? You gotta be a rich ass dude.
You know who nice though that I like, man? The dude, Omar Figueroa's little brother. He's pretty good too. I like him.
Brandon.
Yeah, y'all might not have heard of him, but he's pretty good. I mean, I think he's setting himself up for a world title shot real soon. Cause he just fought the former world champion, the dude Roman or whatever. I believe he knocked him out in like 4 rounds.
What weight class?
I think he had 130 or 120. He's small. I mean, he's small as shit.
Bro,
you know
these dudes saying, 2 dudes in the chat said, y'all never heard of sliced whole potatoes. Damn can.
Man, you could go to any supermarket, homie,
it's
and
white
potatoes in a can.
It's white potatoes in a can.
Mashed potatoes or something, I guess. They wilding out here, bro. What's really going on?
Where the hell do y'all food shop?
He's the guy. Oh, he's super bantamweight, so he 126. Brandon Figueroa. I seen him fight. I seen him fight in person. That ain't just get hit too much though.
Oh, you seen him in person, Black? Oh shit.
How
he look in person, man?
He look good, like Omar, but he just get hit a little too much.
Oh, he ain't see it. He in London. They don't got potatoes in a can in London. Y'all eat good out there. Shit.
Yeah. Potatoes in the can fire shit, bro. I don't know what you're talking. When you just gotta put them in microwave with the water over top of them.
This nigga said the microwave. You know he don't cook on the stove.
Why you just don't put on the stove, dog?
He don't cook on the stove at all. You getting all that radiation.
I get on the stove depending on what it is, but throw them in the microwave and put some quick eating. Oh my god, bro! Put some seasoned salt on them. Whatever kind of season you like. Maybe a little bit of I can't believe it's not butter. Maybe some substitute bacon bit, man. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? You in there, bro? I'm ghetto, bro.
I could tell as soon as you said the imitation bacon bits.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't eat the I don't eat the piggy ones. Be having like them big ass hubs. No, I don't play that. I don't play nothing.
What kind of bacon bits you eating, nigga?
They just be the imitation joints, but they healthy. They some kind of healthy shits. I forget though. He said I prefer fresh but damn canned potatoes.
Right.
I mean,
he said, "Damn, y'all Americans tripping."
Bro, I be losing weight quick as shit though. I lose weight quick as hell. It be healthy as every time I go get a checkup. Hella healthy, man. I'm telling you.
What the hell is a dehydrated mashed potato?
Nigga, no water based.
A potato chip? Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Iron Kong said y'all eat dehydrated mashed potatoes. That's gotta be a UK thing or some shit.
Red Glove says I don't eat canned potatoes, but I know they exist. Yeah. So if y'all want that low place diet, man, get them canned potatoes, boil them in the microwave, nigga.
Cut that weight, man. Yeah, but I'm different, man. I don't be getting hungry. I don't be getting hungry like that.
Yeah, but if you start eating like low place, you gonna start hating on Bud Crawford.
Yeah.
If you do get hungry, I could take literally 2 swigs of water and be like, all right, I'm good.
Nigga, I'll pass the fuck out.
I think it's sometimes mental for some people, man.
Yeah,
man, I will faint if this nigga told drink 2 swigs of water, you good for the day, nigga.
I would go do. I'll go do on top of that hit cardio, some hard shit, and I just will be like, okay, I'm still eating it that day, bro. I don't know.
Now, if you're doing cardio, little man, you gotta drink water, bro, because you're gonna lose a lot of water.
I'm just saying, though, I don't be dehydrated or nothing, man. I'm telling the truth. Something crazy.
That's what I'm eating right now. Fuck potatoes, ribs, collard greens, and macaroni and cheese, nigga.
Yeah, see, I gotta stay away from you. I gotta stay away. So you gotta stay away from him.
Charles,
fuck with the beef. I don't fuck with the pork.
The pork.
That's not pork, nigga. That's beef ribs, nigga. You crazy?
That's what I said. That's what I said. I said I'm with you. If it's beef, I'm with you, bro.
So you gotta stay away from him, man. He how you eating every day, bro. He how you on something every day.
Hey,
Charles don't be missing no meals, man.
I don't play that shit, nigga. I don't play that hungry shit.
L's and meals, nigga.
You got nah, shut up. I'll watch the
That's gonna be this nigga franchise, nigga. L's and meals. Nigga.
I might run with that shit, nigga. Let them legalize weed and over here in New York, nigga. That's gonna be my restaurant.
It's coming, bro.
I'm gonna let you get high and I'm gonna feed you.
Soul food, beef ribs, and cabbage.
Exactly. One-stop shop.
L's, beef ribs, and cabbage.
I take a day out the week, one day out the week, I'm saying, go get something ridiculous, but after that, I gotta, every 2 weeks get something ridiculous.
Hey man, y'all want to give y'all closing thoughts, man? I gotta shut it down. Y'all talking all about this food and shit. I gotta go eat, bro.
My closing thoughts, I think Crawford gonna get his ass whooped by Spence. Nah, I don't know.
That nigga about to spark a whole nother argument.
Oh shit, yo.
He about to spark a whole nother argument with that one.
Yo, that dude Kareem gonna come up in here, man.
He already was here.
Oh, he in here already? Oh,
he was already though.
He about to lose his job. You start that shit back up. He gonna come back.
Off his job trying to debate with us on some shit.
For real?
Yeah, man. He should.
Damn, bro. Y'all was
2-hour lunch breaks fucking with us and shit.
I mean, if he work in the factory, though, he could just get the earpiece, put the phone in the pocket, and shit, be on it. That's easy work.
Not with him. You bring up a certain subject, he gonna be in a warehouse yelling and shit, nigga. He gonna get fired.
Man,
that shit going through the whole warehouse.
Man, I see one of this nigga titles. I'm about to start watching this nigga videos. What the fuck?
Who?
I just went to Hamed. I looked at one of his titles of the videos. I gotta watch the shit. All right, who else next, man? Closing thoughts, man. I gotta get some grub.
Nigga, Black pass out.
Let me hit y'all with a closing thought right quick.
2 swigs of water, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, man, if we don't support both of the fighters and we don't apply pressure to the powers that be, we're not gonna get the fight, man. Boy, Crawford versus Spence, they gonna stretch that fight for another year and a half. You know what I'm saying? If we don't apply pressure to the powers that be, like we could debate and argue all day about that shit.
Shit,
simple. You know what I'm saying? Right? We need to try to push
don't support none of they shit. Fuck that.
Right. Like don't get me wrong. Like if you want to buy that pay-per-view for the Spence versus Porter, I heard there's gonna be a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying?
I'll pay for it if it's a fucking good card.
Yeah, the card gotta be good, bro.
PBC put on good cards, bro. It'd probably be a good card.
Hell no, man.
It's a hit or miss. Like it's a hit or miss, bro. Like,
man, did you see that last piece of shit compared to Top Rank?
Oh no, no. Top Rank, that pay-per-view fight from last week, that shit was nice. It had number talent on it. Yeah. You know.
So it's not even really comparable, man. So I mean, PBC ain't been putting on no fire cards like that. You know what I mean?
Hell no. Fucking Benavidez versus Jalen Love. I wanted to kick my TV for that shit.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Shotty to the TV screen.
Hey, speaking of that, man, who do y'all have for the Benavidez versus Caleb Plant, man? What do y'all think?
Man.
I got Benavidez. I got Benavidez if they win.
Benavidez
if they fight.
Benavidez gonna put some pressure on that boy. But Sweet Hands is he can as long as he don't fade. If he fade like he did in that last fight to get the title,
them snack niggas are strong, bro.
Benavidez gonna put that boy out.
Man, nigga David, that's a big motherfucker, man.
Yayo Benavidez don't play that shit, nigga.
He doing that yayo, going there. Be over.
Nigga
Hey,
sniff
but look,
a
man,
fucking half an ounce.
y'all have a good one, man. Black, if you go back on or something, maybe tonight or something, just let me know, man. Y'all have a good one, all right?
All right, bro. Peace.
Peace, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably touch on that because I didn't even know until we got on this live stream that Porter and Spence was official. So we talked all that time about goddamn
nigga
Crawford
Spence,
and Spence.
nigga Spence was talking hella shit on Twitter.
Oh,
nigga was
today?
mad as shit. Yeah, I saw a screenshot. This nigga was going at fucking Keith Thurman, and then underneath it, because he wasn't even going at Thurman. He was going at PBC.
For what?
Because they gave him the fight with Pacquiao.
Oh, so Thurman got that fight with Pacquiao?
Yeah, and that's why I left the comment before I jumped on. I was talking to Samuel, and I was like, "Yo, Spence is in his feelings because fucking Thurman took that fight, but yet he ain't want to take a rough touch and fight against Spence. So Spence feels away because now he got the Pacquiao fight. You good enough to put your strap up against Pacquiao, but you ain't good enough to put the strap up against me."
Oh man, come on, man. He knew the fucking Thurman. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but remember what Thurman was saying after he fought Riverside Rocky, nigga. He didn't want to take another rough touch, but now that Pacquiao fight was on the table and he took it and he got it.
I thought he said he was gonna take two tune-ups.
Exactly, and that's why Spence is mad, because where was that two tune-up shit going, and now you got the fight with fucking Pacquiao.
You don't think that
I think he might be jealous because he wanted Pacquiao.
He's jealous. That's what I
see.
see.
Probably jealous, dog.
Now he got to fight a tough Porter in the unification, which he probably didn't want to do.
Well, listen, either way for unification, you gonna have to go through Porter and Crawford.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Pacquiao got the what is it? The regular shit.
Yeah. He got
so
the
I can see, I can see why he feels some type of way, because he's been pushing for Thurman for a minute, and Pacquiao just shows up and gets the fight.
But let's just be honest, man. Who's more deserving of the Pacquiao fight? I mean, Thurman was a champion a lot longer than Spence. He been calling for the Pacquiao fight since he was the regular.
And he's got bigger victories, right? Yeah.
And bigger victories. So, like, Spence need to stop hating, bro. Like,
Keep it a buck. I ain't think Pacquiao was going to touch neither one of them niggas with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I think Thurman might knock Manny the fuck out, man.
Oh yeah, he gonna Marquez him.
Think so? Damn.
That nigga going, Jinky gonna be no.
What if his mom come up with that shit that she do, man? That dark magic
shit. Fucking, she better use it.
She gonna need it, huh?
Yeah, Keith got a lot of hair. You better hope you can get a strand of that shit. Better steal that nigga comb.
So we'll have to do it on a different live, man. So I might get the fellas back on, man. So salute to y'all, man. You know what I mean? Is that your full name, Black Seas, or?
Yeah, man, that's it. It was Black Seas.
No doubt, man. Shout out to you for coming on. Low Place. Even Freeway looking ass Battle Hub. Nigga Ahmed came on.
Hold on, which one? You talking about Philadelphia Freeway? You talking about the homie from Cali? Talking about the real Freeway, nigga?
Philly, nigga, the Philly Freeway. Nigga.
Oh damn! He said he looked. Even though what we do is wrong.
Right. Put a beat on, looking at us, nigga. That nigga right.
Can nobody put a beat on?
Yeah, that nigga looking ass. So we've been at it before. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Who else was on? Corey came on, LTBA Boxing Talk.
Jalik the Black Milestone Cowboy.
Yeah, Jalik the leader with the you know what I'm saying, cowboy boots and all that shit. And all that stuff, man. So I appreciate y'all that tuned in. And I'll probably add y'all to the group, man, when we go live again. So we might go get some grub, man. Appreciate you, Charles and Black Sea. On the Black
No problem, nigga. Go get you something to eat before you pass out.
Yes, sir. We out. Peace.
All right, peace, brother.